As a child, we always think we're the center of the world. Growing up, we realize we're just insignificant passersby. And now, Lu Zhujiao no longer yearns to be the main character of the story, but fantasizes about being someone's leading lady. She wants a chance to get into Xintian school, but her brother shoots her down. Their family can't afford it. Lu Zhujiao asks Li Yi to persuade her brother, but Li Yi, sipping his cola, says he's just here to play video games with him. Undeterred by Li Yi's refusal, Lu Zhujiao pesters her brother. He insists it's impossible. Today, after her high school entrance exams, she bumps into a handsome, long-haired guy. Golden halos appear above both of their heads, leading Lu Zhujiao to mistake them for angels. She rubs her eyes, and the halos vanish. The handsome guy compliments her unique way of giving compliments. He wishes her good luck on her exams and hopes they might become classmates. Lu Zhujiao is ecstatic, meeting a handsome guy at this crossroads in her life. Maybe she could become his leading lady. Li Yi and her brother exchange exasperated glances. Her brother teases her, saying she embodies only this silly part of silly, sweet, and naive. Just because my name is Lu Zhujiao, leading lady, doesn't mean I'm actually one, she retorts, pointing out that her brother's name, Lu Zhuga, sounds like leading lady's song. Fuming, she decides to talk to her parents herself. Her brother and Li Yi scoff, predicting she'll lose interest in 3 minutes. They joke about marrying her off if she were their sister, then lament that same-sex marriage is illegal. That night, Lu Zhujiao lies in bed, anxious but hopeful for a miracle. Suddenly, she hears voices above her. A female voice scolds a male voice for being irresponsible towards Lu Zhujiao, since this is her first shoujo manga. The male voice made the heroine a Mary Sue, but the female voice worries about backlash if they mishandle the character. The male voice, exasperated, suggests just killing off the protagonist. Hearing her name, Lu Zhujiao is incredulous. A manga character? And her family can't afford Xintian school anyway. She closes her eyes, and a golden light flashes. A halo appears above her head, emblazoned with the words, "I am the protagonist halo." She swats it away in fright and runs to the living room. She finds her mother, home late from work. Just as she's about to complain, her mother announces she got a promotion and a raise. The company, hearing her daughter is starting high school, offered a full scholarship to Xintian school. Lu Zhujiao thinks she misheard. Just then, the protagonist halo lands on her head. Her mother congratulates her and promises to take her school uniform shopping. The next morning, Lu Zhujiao wakes up, realizing it wasn't a dream. She's accepted her role as the manga's leading lady, but the preordained plot feels both dazzling and fleeting. She just wants an ordinary life. Her phone buzzes, reminding her about the class placement exam. Looking down at her brother and Li Yi, she considers typical drama tropes. The brothers should have a good relationship, but will probably become rivals over her. The always smiling, long-haired guy must be the warm-hearted second male lead, and the aloof, tsundere, emotionally stunted white-haired guy is total male lead material. She worries her cliché setting will get the manga canceled quickly. But who knows who'll get axed first, the author or her? Below, the two guys are chatting. The long-haired guy asks the white-haired guy why he isn't at cram school. The white-haired guy explains he's playing games with the provincial top scorer. If he wins, he gets the top scorer's notes and can probably ace the exams tomorrow. Eavesdropping, Lu Zhujiao trips over her own shoelace and tumbles into the white-haired guy's arms. Surprisingly, he catches her. Maybe he's a sweetheart after all? She hopes this isn't due to her protagonist halo. The long-haired guy points out a red mark on his face. The white-haired guy remarks on the hardness of her head. The long-haired guy drags him off to find ice. Lu Zhujiao finds them both odd. She quickly asks if they're in different classes. Relieved to hear they are, she hopes to avoid them both. On the first day of school, she runs into Li Yi and declares she hasn't had breakfast. He asks what she wants, and she requests a Mega Mac from Sun Arches. Li Yi takes her for fast food. Afterwards, they check the class lists. Unsurprisingly, she's second to last, right below the etiquette classroom. She muses about her brother being second from the top. After Li Yi leaves, she tries to find a male lead's classes, hoping to avoid them, but can't remember their names. Just then, the two appear. They're all in class 12. The long-haired guy missed a day of testing for a film shoot. The white-haired guy overslept. What a coincidence. Lu Zhujiao, beside herself, pretends not to know them when they notice her. The white-haired guy touches her hand, and she accuses him of trying to scam her. Lu Xiang recalled the dream. In it, she and two others fought over who would be the male lead. The female lead, trying to break up the fight, was accidentally stabbed. This is what you meant by, "I'd rather destroy it than let anyone else have it," Lu Xiang thought, remembering the words. From that day forward, she refused to have anything to do with either of them. Now, the teacher was assigning study groups. Lu Xiang was placed in group 4. To her dismay, not only were the two boys from her dream her new desk mates, they were also in her group. The girl next to her congratulated Lu Xiang. 2 of the 3 most handsome boys in the entire grade were in her group. Lu Xiang learned that this girl was named Chun Weixiang. The white-haired boy behind them, however, seemed suspicious. Lu Xiang's phone buzzed. The school's main chat group was abuzz with talk about her. Someone had seen her with the handsome senior class president, Li Yi, that morning. Who is she? They wondered. Someone demanded her complete profile. As the chatter continued, someone realized Lu Xiang might be in the group. Abruptly, she was kicked out. Lu Xiang's brother came looking for her, finding her hiding in the wardrobe. Lu Xiang asked if she could stay home, feigning illness. Seeing his sister's pitiful expression, her brother relented, telling her to go back to bed if she wasn't feeling well. "I wish I never had to go to school again," Lu Xiang thought. "I don't want to be the female lead. I just want a normal life." She thought about the female lead halo. Can't you just choose someone else? Suddenly, the halo materialized, embedding itself on her forehead. At noon, Li Yi came to visit. He'd heard from her brother that she wasn't feeling well and had brought lunch. He looked at her with concern. "Is there something you can't handle? Is that why you're hiding?" Li Yi asked gently. "Brother Li Yi," Lu Xiang sighed. "You're like a mind reader. You always know when something's wrong." She ate, touched by his thoughtfulness. Li Yi watched her. "You always run away when things get tough. Remember the 10 pounds of hair clips I gave you when we were little? They were so you could trade them for food if you ever got lost." Just then, Lu Xiang's desk mates arrived. They were there to collect the group activity log. Li's expression turned cold. He offered to get it for Lu Xiang. She noticed a shift in his demeanor. He looked so scary just now, she thought, puzzled. Even when he's angry, he usually smiles. "Lu Xiang hasn't been to school," one of the boys complained. "She's not answering calls or messages. We had to come all the way here." Li glared at them. "Is a logbook really worth a special trip?" He handed it over. The door slammed shut behind them. Outside, the 2 boys muttered to each other. "Do you think Li Yi was just using that as an excuse to skip class too?" Back in the room, Li Yi's eyes narrowed, a chilling glint in them as he thought about the 2 boys. Lu Xiang, meanwhile, was thinking about her predicament. "Even when I take a day off, they still find me." She considered using her golden leaf to escape somewhere far away. Suddenly, the leaf pulsed with a brilliant white light, and the image of the story's author appeared before her. Someone was questioning the ending. The author, E, faced a furious girl. The female lead didn't die in an accident. One of the male leads killed her. E shrugged. It was a last-minute change. One of the male leads had a troubled childhood, which left him with a dark side. He loved the female lead so deeply that after she fell in love with the other male lead, he killed her so they could be together in death. He smiled. "Isn't it romantic?" "Not at all," the girl retorted. "It's twisted." Lu Xiang agreed. "Which one was it? The one who killed me and then himself?" She wondered anxiously. The image continued. The girl reluctantly accepted the explanation, but insisted E lay the groundwork properly. "Make it believable. Don't make him seem like a psychopath from the start." E agreed. The girl thought, this isn't a surprise at all. Readers invested in the story, heartbroken for the 2nd and 3rd male leads. In the 4th, suddenly, a villain appears out of nowhere and kills the female lead. They'll want to crawl through the internet and murder the author. E, however, was convinced that everyone would be moved by such a romantic act of Shinqing. Suicide pact / double suicide. Just as the girl was about to reveal the villain's name, the image vanished. Lu Xiang realized there were 4 male leads. That meant there were 2 more she hadn't met. 2 was already difficult enough, but 4? Her phone buzzed. It was a message from Xiao Mei, a junior high classmate. Xiao Mei told Lu Xiang about the school group chat. She'd learned that Lu Xiang's mother worked for Li Yi's father's company, and that her father ran an unprofitable art studio. Lu Xiang's grades had always been poor, so her admission to this prestigious school was a mystery. Some speculated she'd sold blood to get in. As the conversation progressed, it became increasingly vulgar, filled with fabricated rumors about Lu Xiang. A few people defended her, but the damage was done. Lu Xiang seethed. I won't resign myself to being the tragic female lead, she thought defiantly. Elsewhere, the two boys from her dream remembered the camping trip plan for the next day. They'd forgotten to tell Lu Xiang. I sent a notification yesterday, the long-haired boy said. After she was put in our group yesterday, she was ostracized, the white-haired boy replied, seemingly unconcerned. The next day, as soon as Lu Xiang arrived at school, she overheard her classmates gossiping. Is that bag a limited edition? One whispered. I brought a grill, the long-haired guy announced. We'll find a good spot to pitch our tent later. He glanced at Lu Zhujiao, who seemed puzzled. Don't you know there's no class today? Why are you all dressed so casually? The long-haired guy explained, it's the icebreaker event for the new students in our class. We're going camping in the back mountains. Didn't you get the notice? Lu Zhujiao was completely clueless. She hadn't prepared anything and considered running to the store. The long-haired guy, ever thoughtful, reassured her, I brought backups of everything. If you don't mind, I can lend you some. Lu Zhujiao, relieved, accepted his offer. I'm strong enough to carry it up the mountain, she declared. The long-haired guy chuckled. No need to carry anything. Students were already hauling gear up the mountainside. The teacher organized them into tent pitching groups. To her surprise, Lu Zhujiao discovered a tent already set up. My family was worried I'd get tired, the long-haired guy explained, so they sent someone ahead to prepare everything. It was a 2-bedroom tent. Lu Zhujiao realized she'd be sleeping in the living area. Is this the leading lady halo effect? She wondered. All my problems magically solved by the male lead. Our group doesn't have much to do, the long-haired guy said, turning back to her. You're free to wander around. This was Lu Zhujiao's chance to scout out the other 2 potential male leads. She approached some classmates, offering to help. Busy with their tent, they brushed her off. Aren't you free? One asked sarcastically. Undeterred, Lu Zhujiao approached another group. Were you planning to cook later? She inquired. They were heading off to fish, leaving her behind. Lu Zhujiao realized that aside from Yo Jiangwo, who hadn't even shown up at school yet, none of the other students radiated the aura of a male lead. The other 2 male leads must be elsewhere. Peeking into the long-haired guy's tent, she found him applying a face mask. He asked her to hand him his vegetable juice. I can eat anything, he declared, except things with labels. Lu Zhujiao couldn't comprehend the rich. Shouldn't everyone be doing military training at the start of school? She thought. Opening the tent's refrigerator, she was stunned by the sheer abundance of food. I have a sensitive constitution, the long-haired guy explained. I'm quite particular about what I eat. He didn't usually dine with others. If you don't want to go with him, he offered, you can stay here and have something to eat. Lu Zhujiao politely agreed, while internally brainstorming 1,000 ways to make him dislike her. Such a perfect persona, she thought. It's a shame he can't be my boyfriend. The long-haired guy was indeed refined, meticulous, and surprisingly thoughtful. A perfect character. He wasn't modest about it either. I'm quite charming, thoughtful, and caring, aren't I? He preened. Just try not to fall in love with me while we're sharing a tent for the next few days. Lu Zhujiao's internal monologue shifted. This guy must be seriously ill. Is there a knife around? I kind of want to stab him. Strawberry juice dribbled down his chin. The long-haired guy gasped dramatically. You're how old, and you still spill when you eat. He handed her a tissue. Lu Zhujiao wiped her own mouth with her hand. He gasped again. How can you use your hand? It's so dirty. Go wash it. Lu Zhujiao went to wash her hands. The long-haired guy began his workout. Should I do abs or back first? He mused. Voices drifted in from outside. Lu Zhujiao is so disgusting. She's been flirting with every guy since she got here. She's obviously just here to snag a rich boyfriend. They called her a gold digger. The long-haired guy overheard, but he didn't believe Lu Zhujiao was like that. Just then, Lu Zhujiao finished washing her hands, tripped over a piece of exercise equipment, and tumbled into the long-haired guy's arms. He quickly covered his mouth as they both fell to the ground. The moment she tripped, Lu Zhujiao remembered the inevitable Shaozhou Mongol law. If the male and female leads fall, they must kiss. To avoid this fate, she headbutted him. The kiss was averted, but at the cost of potential disfigurement. She felt utterly defeated. The voices outside continued. Lu Zhujiao practically threw herself at Li Yi, and she was so close. Li Yi groaned. Both times, she aimed for my face. Are you sure she's not some enemy sent to ruin my looks? Though he couldn't imagine anyone disliking him. Li Yi made his escape. Lu Zhujiao noticed her knee was bleeding. The two girls continued discussing Li Yi. Apparently, his mother's new boyfriend was a rising star in the entertainment industry, only a few years older than Li Yi himself. It must be awkward for them. The girls felt sorry for Li Yi, so young and yet dealing with so much. Lu Zhujiao finally understood. Li Yi was a celebrity, which explained his obsession with his face. She had injured his face twice now. He must really hate her. Excellent, she thought. Suddenly, a bucket of foul-smelling water drenched her. It was a prank by the two gossiping girls. Here we go again, she sighed. Lu Zhujiao worried that if she returned to the tent like this, everyone would be disgusted. If they rejected her, she'd have to sleep outside. She decided to wash up first. Lost in thought, she bumped into another girl, who promptly dumped a bucket of water on her. Luckily, Chen Weixiang intercepted the second bucket. The girl apologized profusely, claiming it was an accident. Chen Weixiang urged Lu Zhujiao to go wash up and avoid catching a cold. He then turned to the girl. Hitting people isn't nice, he chided gently. There are so few of us cows left. We can't afford to lose any more members. It was a classic hero saves the damsel scene. Lu Zhujiao couldn't stand it and dragged Chen Weixiang away. Back in the tent, Chen Weixiang wrinkled his nose at the smell. That's more like it, Lu Zhujiao thought. She thanked him for lending her his clothes. Chen Weixiang couldn't help but wonder, could she really be that kind of person? He handed her some antiseptic. After all, having a wound and being splashed with dirty water, it could get infected. Lu Zhujiao realized her wound had been seen, and he was being so considerate. She forced herself to stay calm, determined not to be swayed by his charm. He also gave her a change of clothes and toiletries, and directed her to the shower. After washing up, Lu Zhujiao felt doomed. He seemed like the type to fall for every girl he met. Maybe she should just collect all 4 male leads. That way, no one would resent her for not choosing them and try to, murder her. Then she reconsidered. Even if she was willing to collect them, the male leads might not be willing to share. She refused to be shared. It would be easier to just make all 4 of them hate her. So, Lu Zhujiao decided to start with the bad-tempered, white-haired guy, Hao Qian. Searching for a river in the woods, she accidentally stepped on a piece of paper. It was a drawing. Looking further ahead, she saw they were everywhere. Why were their drawings scattered on the path? By the riverbank, Hao Qian was painting at an easel. An artistic, literary type. Appearances can be deceiving. Hao Qian seemed so at one with the landscape that Lu Zhujiao hesitated to disturb him. She crept up behind him and gasped, startling him and causing him to make a mistake in his painting. Annoyed, he demanded to know what she was doing there. Lu Zhujiao apologized and explained that she had followed the trail of his drawings. Hao Qian snatched the drawing from her hand. Who told you to pick them up? Someone will collect them. Seeing his increasingly hostile attitude, Lu Zhujiao's eyes lit up. Are you angry? The question completely baffled him. He roared, No, I'm not. Lu Zhujiao wiped her brow. Okay, you're not. Hao Qian grabbed his painting and easel and started to leave. Lu Zhujiao hurried after him. She had followed the drawings here and had no idea how to get back. Sure enough, Hao Qian got lost. Lu Zhujiao gave up struggling. According to the usual tropes, the male lead would definitely come looking for her. So, she sat down under a tree to rest. Night began to fall. Qi Si and Hao Qian found Lu Zhujiao asleep under the tree. Qi Si remarked on her ability to sleep so soundly in such a place. Turning his back, he asked Hao Qian if he had done anything to her. Hao Qian quickly denied it, but his expression suggested otherwise. Qi Si warned Hao Qian, I heard Lu Zhujiao came to this school with an ulterior motive. Keep an eye on her. Hao Qian retorted, What nonsense are you talking about? Just then, Lu Zhujiao woke up. She overheard their conversation. It seemed they had heard the rumors her classmates had spread about her. Excellent. She was just considering how to fan the flames of those rumors when she saw Hao Qian turn around. He was about to wake her up and take her back. 4 eyes met. Awkward. 6 eyes met. Even more awkward. But this didn't faze Lu Zhujiao. She ran over and threw her arms around Hao Qian. Qi Si looked on in shock. Lu Zhujiao clung to Hao Qian like a koala. She figured if she acted outrageously, like a lovesick fool, they would both be disgusted by her. The model was used to the ups and downs of the entertainment industry. He wouldn't be easy to shake off. Hao Qian, with his serious face and seemingly shy demeanor, would surely be repulsed by someone fawning over him. So, Lu Zhujiao snuggled closer. Qi Si grabbed her by the collar and lifted her away. Were you having a nightmare, or are you still asleep? Lu Zhujiao smiled sweetly, inwardly hoping he was just angry. Qi Si shoved her away and told her there was a bonfire that evening. Hao Qian was completely dumbfounded. Qi Si's expression was unreadable. Lu Zhujiao quickly took his arm, wanted to walk back with him. He shook her off, refusing to be touched. Lu Zhujiao could only apologize awkwardly. That night, tucked away in her sleeping bag, she reflected on her successful day of being disliked. But remembering Qi Si's look of disgust, she realized being hated didn't feel good. Hao Qian came over and asked if she was hungry. He had an extra self-heating hot pot. He asked if she wanted some. Her stomach growled. Lu Zhujiao readily agreed. Food was important, after all, and she hadn't eaten her fill that evening. Suddenly, Hao Qian apologized. Lu Zhujiao blinked, confused. Had she heard him correctly? Hao Qian explained that he was sorry for snapping at her earlier and leaving her behind, causing her to get lost. A pang of guilt struck Lu Zhujiao. How could she bring herself to make such a nice person hate her? Changing the subject, Hao Qian said that since they were in the same group, they would help her if she encountered any difficulties. But only as fellow group members, nothing more. He also stated that he didn't like being disturbed while painting, and didn't like irrelevant people crossing boundaries. After they finished eating, Hao Qian left, telling her to clean up. Qi Si was a neat freak. Hao Qian assumed his bluntness would upset her. Lu Zhujiao replayed his words in her mind. Does Hao Qian hate me? But it doesn't quite sound like him. A little angry, a little helpless. Careful now. Better to push the boundaries. Make us both hate me more. I might live a few years longer that way. Qi Si is spraying bug repellent in the tent. He doesn't seem to care that Lu Zhujiao isn't concerned about him and even grabbed him. Then he remembers. Lu Zhujiao only acted that way because she overheard him talking bad about her. She's really hard to read. A week after the camping trip, Lu Zhujiao realizes that despite her best efforts to make herself unlikable, it isn't working. In fact, her classmates are getting worse. They not only treat her like she's invisible, but have also made her do classroom duty multiple times this week. While wiping the blackboard, she overhears them gossiping. Her brother follows Li Yi around like a puppy dog, too. Like sister, like brother. They're both just trying to suck up to the rich kid. No wonder she's always second place, even with good grades. The school is wasting its scholarship money on someone like her. Lu Zhujiao snaps. She throws the blackboard eraser at the gossiping student. Hey, Lu Zhujiao, the student yells. Yeah, what about it? She shouts back. You can talk about me all you want, but say that to my brother's face and see if he doesn't beat you up. The student storms forward and grabs Lu Zhujiao, yanking her hair. Lu Zhujiao doesn't back down, grabbing the student's ear in retaliation. Another student intervenes, pulling the aggressor back. Li Jiamei, he warns, the physical fitness test is coming up. Don't want to fail and get held back, do you? Finally, someone speaks up for her. Lu Zhujiao thinks maybe her friendship storyline is finally starting. So, Lu Zhujiao offers to help Li Jiamei carry the equipment for the fitness test. Thanks, Li Jiamei says. All my stuff is in there. Could you grab it for me? Lu Zhujiao, unsuspecting, walks into the equipment room. It's filled with gear. Li Jiamei's voice comes from behind her. This is the abandoned storage room, by the way. He slams the door shut. Damn, I've been tricked. Li Jiamei, open the door, she yells. Outside, Li Jiamei sounds nonchalant. Oh, the lock's broken, he lies. I'll get someone to open it, Li Jiamei says sweetly. But the fitness test is about to start. You'll be held back if you skip it. There's always a catch. I shouldn't have expected anything less from that stupid author. The scene shifts again. This time, the author isn't there. An open notebook reads, the female lead endures the bullying until her brother is insulted. Then she explodes. This must be the author's outline. Lu Zhujiao strains to read more. The female lead is trapped in the locked storage room by classmate Jia. The second male lead pities the female lead for being bullied. Lu Zhujiao thought she could change the story with her own actions, but she's still following the plot. Even her indifference to the bullying has been noticed by the second male lead. He pities her. So, the second male lead is the first to find her in the storage room because he feels sorry for her. Just then, she hears someone calling her name. This must be him. The door opens, and it's Hao Qian. The fitness test is starting, he says. I didn't see you and was worried. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," Lu Zujiao replies. He reaches out to help her up. Lu Zhujiao gets up on her own. "Thank you," she says, and walks out, leaving a concerned Hao Qian behind. They're both late. They missed one of the tests. The teacher asks Li Jiamei to help administer the missed test. The author's protagonist is meek, timid, and kind. She'd sacrifice herself to save others. A classic Mary Sue. But Lu Zhujiao refuses to follow the author's plan. "Why are you doing this?" she demands. "Just don't like you," the student replies. Lu Zhujiao picks up a bottle. "Fine, it's not like you're the only one who hates me." The student turns and tells her to hurry up with the test. Suddenly, the bottle smashes against his head. "Are you looking for a fight?" "I don't like you either," Lu Zhujiao retorts. "Got a problem with that?" Hao Qian jumps up and intervenes. "Calm down," he tells the student. "Get out of the way." Hao Qian, the student, snarls. She might be a wimp, but she's got Li Yi and her brother. She's not afraid of anything. Lu Zhujiao pushes Hao Qian aside. "This is between us. Stay out of it." The student grabs her hair. "You're such a loser," acting all tough. "You're the loser. I've been fighting my brother my whole life, and I've never lost." The two start brawling. Later, in the infirmary, only Hao Qian is injured. The school nurse is baffled. "Young man," she scolds, "just because you're handsome doesn't mean you can get away with anything." The other two continue arguing. Lu Zhujiao warns Li Jiamei not to underestimate her. Li Jiamei, however, extends his hand for a truce, looking at her intently. "I believe the rumors about you," he admits. "I wanted you to fail and leave. I'm sorry. I judged you without knowing you. You're more honorable than I thought." Li Jiamei apologizes. Lu Zhujiao replays his words in her mind. Lu Zhujiao, so blunt, so straightforward. She couldn't play the manipulative, tea-brewing sea queen. It seemed she was simply poor. Lu Zhujiao thought, "Reconcile my foot." She regretted not pulling out all of Li Jiamei's hair. She declared that while the past could be forgiven, reconciliation was impossible. Li Jiamei, overjoyed, seemed to have completely missed the second half of the sentence. Outside, Lu Zhujiao's older brother and Li Yi arrived. Her brother pinched Lu Zhujiao's face, and seeing she wasn't hurt, switched to lecturing mode. "You're so young. Why are you getting into fights?" Spotting Hao Qian standing nearby, Lu Zhujiao whispered in her brother's ear, "Don't tell me you were in a puppy-love rivalry, fighting over a boy." Lu Zhujiao was exasperated. Couldn't her brother's imagination be used for something productive? Seizing the opportunity, she tugged at his arm. "My little sister's been bullied. As her older brother, shouldn't you stand up for her?" Lu Zhujiao's brother looked at her expression. She didn't look like someone who'd been bullied. Inside the classroom, two boys were chatting. Lu Zhujiao marched in with her entourage, looking for enjamming to aggressively address the work roster issue. Lu Zhujiao slammed her foot onto the desk. "Enjamming? Do you have a bad memory or a bad brain? You keep messing up the schedule." Enjamming, sensing the volatile situation, quickly apologized. Lu Zhujiao scoffed. What good is an apology? What are you even doing here? For other people glared menacingly at him. Enjamming could only apologize and flee. Lu Zhujiao thought, why play the saint? With such advantageous resources, she was destined to be the villainous supporting female lead. Beside her, Hao Qian blushed. Lu Zhujiao ate her popsicle as Li Yi told her they would walk to and from school together from now on. If anyone bullied her, she should tell him immediately. Lu Zhujiao had figured out these people. They were bullies who preyed on the weak. From now on, she just needed to be tougher. Li Jiamei also put her arm around Lu Zhujiao's shoulder, promising to protect her from bullies. With Li Jiamei actively trying to mend fences, Lu Zhujiao had a thought. She couldn't change her own female lead status, but she could create a few more female leads. But the second and third female leads snagged the second and third male leads. Faced with Lu Zhujiao's smile, Li Jiamei was utterly confused. They discussed walking to and from school together. Lu Zhujiao was plotting to set her up with Hao Qian. The next day, Lu Zhujiao and Li Jiamei agreed to have lunch on the rooftop, inviting Qi Ci and Hao Qian as well. Lu Zhujiao closed the rooftop door and sabotaged the lock, trapping the two inside. She excused herself to go find Qi Ci, leaving the other two alone on the rooftop. Qi Ci, seeing Lu Zhujiao laughing maniacally on the stairs, approached her and asked where they were eating. Lu Zhujiao hadn't expected him to arrive first. Before she could react, Qi Ci found the eating spot. Seeing only two benches, Qi Ci suddenly understood. He quickly made an excuse to leave. Reaching the door, he realized it was locked. Protecting himself, he assumed it was a premeditated move by Lu Zhujiao. Still oblivious to the truth, he blurted out that being too exceptional was his own problem. It was normal for Lu Zhujiao to like him. Seeing she couldn't explain, Lu Zhujiao pinned Qi Si against the wall. She seriously told him, "With your looks, you're not even close to my type." She told him to stop being so conceited. All Qi Si could process was that she called him ugly. Later, when Lu Zhujiao tried to assure him she had no ulterior motives, all he heard was that she thought he was conceited. Qi Si remembered being told as a child not to eat too much, lest he get fat and become undesirable. They'd even threatened that his mother would dislike him if he overate. He suddenly wondered if Lu Zhujiao had hit a nerve. But then she reminded herself that a villainous supporting female lead couldn't afford to be soft-hearted. Self-preservation was paramount. A hand extended towards her. It was Qi Si, offering her his lunch. Lu Zhujiao was surprised. "Aren't you going to eat?" He said he was watching his figure, just cutting back a bit. Lu Zhujiao opened the lunchbox. Plain boiled chicken breast, cauliflower, and green beans. This wouldn't affect his figure, would it? Lu Zhujiao told Qi Si to sit and wait for Li Jiamei. Qi Si was consumed with the thought that he wasn't good enough, that he couldn't attract Lu Zhujiao at all. Later, when he checked on her again, he saw she wasn't eating. He mistakenly assumed she found him so ugly she couldn't stomach her food. In reality, Lu Zhujiao was nearly gagging on the tasteless chicken breast. Qi Si couldn't believe that he, who had always been praised for his looks, could be so repulsive that someone lost their appetite. Meanwhile, Lu Zhujiao turned her head, secretly admiring his stunning features. Although the author's thought process was unusual, some things were spot on. At least the male leads assigned to Lu Zhujiao were all picture perfect. Qi Si turned around, determined not to be outdone. The school's heartthrob was Li Yi. He was the top student in the second year. Qi Si wanted to ask Lu Zhujiao if she knew him. He was surprised to discover she was quite familiar with Li Yi. And the last time he'd gone to her house to retrieve a notebook, he'd run into Li Yi. Suddenly intrigued, he leaned in and asked, "Who's more handsome, me or Li Yi?" Lu Zhujiao could only think about how close he was and that they couldn't be compared. Li Yi is universally acknowledged as the school heartthrob. Qi Si continued his relentless questioning, bringing up the annual school heartthrob election and asking Lu Zhujiao if he thought he stood a chance. Lu Zhujiao, watching Qi Si inch closer and closer, quickly recoiled, managing only to stammer out an explanation about being too close to Li Yi to give a fair assessment. Inwardly, Qi Si fretted that perhaps he wasn't close enough to Lu Zhujiao, and that's why she thought he was unattractive. Suddenly, a knock echoed through the room. Li Jiamei and her group had arrived. Lu Zhujiao breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, expecting Li Jiamei, she was surprised to see Li Yi enter instead. It turned out Li Jiamei had gone to the art room to find Hao Qian, only to discover him trembling and pale, nearly collapsing. Li Jiamei had no choice but to take him to the infirmary first. Because of this, they missed lunch. The scene shifts to the art room, where a portrait of Lu Zhujiao rests on an easel. Li Yi, worried after not seeing Lu Zhujiao at lunch, had come looking for her, fearing something might be wrong. Qi Si, observing from the side, analyzed the situation. It must be because Li Yi was more caring and closer to Lu Zhujiao that she found him more handsome. Maybe he should dye his hair black and start treating Lu Zhujiao like a younger sister. Lu Zhujiao worried that her earlier words had offended Qi Si. Meanwhile, Qi Si continued to ponder how to achieve the handsome standard in Lu Zhujiao's eyes. In the cafeteria, Lu Zhujiao devoured her meal. Qi Si was bewildered. How could a girl eat so much and so messily? He was about to offer her a napkin when Li Yi stepped in and wiped her mouth. Qi Si stood awkwardly by, feigning indifference while secretly seething with resentment towards Li Yi. Li Yi, with his universally kind demeanor, was starting to grate on Qi Si's nerves. Just then, a classmate approached with a gift, and Qi Si's heart leaped with hope that Lu Zhujiao would finally notice his charm. But Lu Zhujiao, preoccupied with her meal and discussing dinner plans with Li Yi, remained completely oblivious. Another classmate arrived with news. Hao Qian had been taken to the infirmary. There, the school doctor diagnosed him with sleep deprivation and low blood sugar, assuring them that sleep was all he needed. The doctor, however, mistook Lee Jianmei and Hao Qian for a couple. Qi Si tossed his head confidently. He and Lu Zhujiao were in the same class, the same group. They spent all their time together. It was only a matter of time before he usurped Li Yi's place in her affections. He pulled Lu Zhujiao back to class for self-study, telling the doctor to take care of Hao Qian. After all, with Hao Qian out of the picture, Qi Si could have Lu Zhujiao all to himself. Lu Zhujiao, puzzled by his sudden urgency, asked if there was a lot of homework. Qi Si produced a meager stack of worksheets, 2 or 3 per subject, and offered to tutor her, guaranteeing her success. Lu Zhujiao sensed something was amiss. He'd been harsh with her earlier, and now this sudden kindness? There had to be an ulterior motive. Following the usual tropes, was he going to call her ugly to make himself feel special? But surely Qi Si wasn't that shallow. Then another thought struck her. What if Qi Si gave her the answers, then told the teacher she'd cheated off him? With a sudden flash of anger, Lu Zhujiao slapped the worksheets into Qi Si's face. She wouldn't fall for his tricks. Leaving Qi Si stunned, she stormed off. After school, Qi Si, assuming Lu Zhujiao would take the bus, planned to offer her a ride home in his car. To his dismay, she hopped onto Li Yi's bicycle and urged him to hurry. Qi Si, undeterred, chased after them. He yelled after them about the dangers of bicycles. They reached Lu Zhujiao's house, with Qi Si hot on their heels. He announced he'd bought too much king crab and invited himself over for dinner. Lu Zhujiao, at her wit's end, interrupted him and apologized, admitting that her earlier words had hit a nerve. Qi Si, his face alight with hope, asked if he looked a little better now. Lu Zhujiao, resigned, agreed. Li Yi urged her to go inside, saying dinner was probably ready. Qi Si persisted, asking if he'd look even better if he picked her up and brought her breakfast tomorrow. Lu Zhujiao had been rejecting Qi Si for days, but he continued to follow her. She worried he would hold a grudge, and remembering the storyline, she recalled a villain driven by love-turned-hate. She feared Qi Si might be that villain, and she had called him ugly. Would he kill her prematurely? The thought sent a pang of fear through her, clutching at her stomach. Li Jianmei, noticing her distress, rushed to her side and offered to take her to the infirmary. Lu Zhujiao declined, saying she just needed a rest in the classroom for a bit. Li Yi, hearing about her stomach ache, hurried over to check on her. Inside the classroom, Li Yi handed her a bottle of Wang Lo cat herbal tea, telling her to take care of herself. Lu Zhujiao asked where he'd gotten it. Li Yi explained that during the summer, when he'd mentioned being worried about getting heaty and wanting Wang Lo cat, Lu Zhujiao had sent him several cases. Lu Zhujiao laughed at her brother's straightforward way of showing he cared. Seeing Lu Zhujiao finally smile, Li Yi relaxed. Seizing the opportunity, Lu Zhujiao confided in him about Qi Si, describing him as a creep who had become obsessed with her friend. She explained that if her friend didn't reciprocate his feelings, he might become dangerous. Li Yi wanted to call the police for Lu Zhujiao's friend. Lu Zhujiao quickly explained that the creep hadn't done anything yet, so calling the police would be useless. After all, if calling the police worked, how could the author possibly write themselves to death? Li Yi seemed to understand and planned to stick close to his brother. He wouldn't let the creep get his hands on anyone. Lu Zhujiao clarified that it was her friend, not herself, who was in danger. Li Yi suggested that her friend shouldn't be left alone. He then asked if Lu Zhujiao was so worried about her friend that she hadn't been focusing on basketball. Ever since the midterm exams ended, Lu Zhujiao hadn't joined them for basketball anymore. Lu Zhujiao thought to herself, ever since she found out she was going to be written to death, every day was spent worrying about one thing or another. How could she have the energy for basketball? Despite all her efforts, it seemed like nothing had changed. The plot hadn't budged. Really, the female lead only had 2 options. Either make the main characters dislike her, or would just find a villain and be with him. With a plan in place, she felt more relaxed. Lu Zhujiao invited Li Yi to play basketball after school. It just so happened that a teacher was looking for Qi Si. Lu Zhujiao grabbed Li Yi's hand and insisted they go play basketball right then. She even pushed Li Yi out the window. The window was a bit high, but Li Yi caught Lu Zhujiao safely. By the time Qi Si returned to the classroom, Lu Zhujiao was gone. Li Yi thought Qi Si seemed rather creepy. Lu Zhujiao quickly denied it. Li Yi draped his jacket over Lu Zhujiao's shoulders. They planned to climb over the back wall to leave. Li Yi told Lu Zhujiao to run if they saw a teacher. He would stall them. Lu Zhujiao followed close behind. A question arose in Lu Zhujiao's mind. Li Yi was so outstanding. Why didn't he have the protagonist's halo? Feeling Li Yi's hand in hers, she couldn't help but wonder if being with someone other than the main characters would hasten her death or break the deadly fate. Lu Zhujiao suddenly stopped Li Yi. She didn't understand why he was always so good to her. Was it just because she was Lu Zug's younger sister? Li Yi chuckled. How could it be because of Lu Zug? Her memory flashed back to their childhood. It was Lu Zhujiao who had met Li Yi first. Li Yi was simply kind to Lu Zhujiao just because it was her. Could Li Yi also like her? But anyone who liked Lu Zhujiao never had a happy ending, let alone Li Yi, who didn't have the protagonist's halo. Lu Zhujiao quickly pulled Li Yi along, suggesting they go get something good to eat. She made a silent vow to change the plot. She wouldn't let anyone fall for her, except for Li Yi. Back in the classroom, Qi Ci assumed Lu Zhujiao had gone home. He was already dreading not seeing her for 2 whole days. Qi Ci organized a group activity. That weekend, Lu Zhujiao came out dressed rather skimpily. Lu Zug immediately made her go back and change. Lu Zhujiao was indignant. She dressed like that as a child, so why not now? However, she noticed Li Yi had blushed earlier. Lu Zhujiao couldn't help but wonder what role the author had assigned him. Was he meant to silently love her, ultimately failing to save her from being killed, and then live the rest of his life in sorrow? Lu Zhujiao desperately hoped that wouldn't happen. The 3 of them agreed to play basketball at noon. Lu Zhujiao sat on the sidelines, smitten with Li Yi. She wondered if she successfully neutralized the main characters and changed the plot. Could she be with Li Yi? Lu Zug asked Lu Zhujiao to get some water. She immediately brought a bottle to Li Yi, telling her brother to get his own. Lu Zug was speechless. Just then, a ball flew towards them. It was about to hit Lu Zhujiao when Li Yi intercepted it. She found herself leaning against him. Lu Zhujiao remembered a time when someone tried to steal their ball. It was Lu Zug's ball. Lu Zhujiao had been terrified. She hadn't dared to call her brother or give up the ball. She just sat on the ground and cried. Just as the person's fist was about to connect with Lu Zhujiao, Li Yi had blocked it. He'd acted as her older brother, chased the bully away, and comforted her. Lost in the memory, Lu Zhujiao realized young Li Yi had also had a protagonist's halo above his head. Had her memory malfunctioned? Startled, she quickly pushed Li Yi away and said she was going to buy some water. She sat down under a tree. Lu Zhujiao couldn't help but think, if her memory wasn't wrong, then Li Yi really did have a protagonist halo. Should she make him hate her too? She couldn't bring herself to do it. Could Li Yi be the villain then? She recalled that although she and Li Yi had grown up together, they hadn't actually seen each other that often as children. However, Li Yi always seemed to appear whenever she was bullied. Whether she ran away in fear or hid and cried, Li Yi always showed up. To her younger self, Li Yi had been a savior. That's why Lu Zhujiao trusted him, perhaps even more than her own brother. But despite being cared for by Li Yi for so long, she didn't even know what he liked or disliked. Just then, 2 girls walked by. One of them wanted to say hello, but the other quickly stopped her. Li Yi didn't really interact with people. He was cold to everyone except Lu Zug. Someone mentioned that Li Yi was scary. Lu Zhujiao was shocked. How could Li Yi be scary? Just then, Li Yi came out to bring Lu Zhujiao a drink. Lu Zug was having a one-on-one match with someone. He asked Lu Zhujiao if she wanted to watch. Lu Zhujiao thought this was a good opportunity. She quickly asked Li Yi what he liked and disliked. Lu Zhujiao expressed her curiosity about Li Yi. It seemed like she hadn't seen him dislike anything yet. Li Yi revealed that he did have things he disliked, such as a bunch of people making noise around him. He also disliked being alone in a wide-open space. That's why Li Yi rarely went home. His parents were away year-round. Lu Zhujiao seized the opportunity to ask if Li Yi would destroy something he loved if it were taken away from him. Li Yi smiled. He wouldn't destroy it. He would take it back. Lu Zhujiao thought, with Li Yi being so kind, how could he be the villain? How would he hurt her? Li Yi wondered if Lu Zhujiao knew something. Just then, Lu Zug came out and saw the two of them being affectionate. Li Jiamei and Qi Xiai also arrived. Li Jiamei had been waiting at Lu Zhujiao's door for a long time. Lu Zhujiao didn't know why Li Jiamei was looking for her. Li Jiamei explained that it was for a group project. Qi Xiai had brought her over. Lu Zhujiao didn't know about any group project. Qi Xiai pouted and said how Qian had arranged it last minute. Seeing that Qi Xiai had even chased her down to her house, Lu Zhujiao had a gut feeling that he must be the villain. Lu Zhujiao refused to participate in the group project. Weekends were too precious to waste. Lu Zhujiao got up to go play ball with Li Yi. Qi Xiai grabbed Lu Zhujiao, wanting to play with them. Li Yi welcomed Qi Xiai. It just so happened that he hadn't met a worthy opponent in a long time. Qi Xiai thought to himself that he had been practicing for so many years. If he couldn't even beat Li Yi, it would be a joke. As the tension between them thickened, it suddenly started to rain. Li Yi quickly draped his jacket over Lu Zhujiao and took her back inside, leaving Qi Xiai sulking. They all went to Lu Zhujiao's house. Li Yi got a towel to dry Lu Zhujiao's hair. Qi Xiai offered to order some food for Lu Zhujiao. Lu Zhujiao declined, saying that Li Yi and her brother could make something. Li Jiamei asked Lu Zhujiao to get her a hairdryer. Lu Zhujiao conveniently ignored Qi Xiai completely. Qi Xiai felt like he'd been struck. Li Jiamei suddenly asked Qi Xiai if he liked Lu Zhujiao. Qi Xiai quickly denied it. Li Jiamei didn't understand. If you don't like her, why do you pay so much attention to her? Qi Xiai didn't want to stay in the house any longer and decided to go home. Reaching the door, he remembered it was still raining. Qi Xiai also forgot to give Lu Zhujiao the invitation to Fashion Week. It was this undelivered invitation that changed the course of the story. The next day, Lu Zhujiao noticed that neither of them had come to school. Li Jiamei asked Lu Zhujiao if their group had a performance plan for the school anniversary gala. Lu Zhujiao said they didn't yet. Their group hadn't discussed it. Li Jiamei urged her to arrange something soon, as being on the logistics team would be tiring. Li Jiamei hadn't expected Qi Xiai to attend Fashion Week today and hoped Lu Zhujiao could ask Qi Xiai to get an autograph for her, since Qi Xiai would definitely listen to Lu Zhujiao. Lu Zhujiao said she would try her best. Lu Zhujiao remembered last week, when the author, Xiao Kuang, appeared, she had seen this scene in the script she had opened on her desk. The female lead went to help with logistics. A classmate handed her a materials list, asking the female lead to borrow the materials according to the list and then send them to the props team for processing. This time, the female lead didn't go to Fashion Week. It seemed the plot had changed because of Lu Zhujiao's attitude towards Qi Xiai. The materials were stored high up, and there were a lot of them, which was very unfriendly to someone short like the female lead. The female lead brought a stool over, intending to stand on it to reach them, but she accidentally lost her footing and fell off the stool. The box she just touched fell down with her. The female lead was buried under the box, and her head started bleeding. The female lead comforted herself that the heroine probably wouldn't die, but then she remembered that she had changed the plot. Maybe this was retribution. If Lu Zhujiao hadn't deliberately abandoned Qi Xiai, she should be at Fashion Week now. In her days, Lu Zhujiao vaguely saw herself attending Fashion Week. Her brother called. To avoid disturbing the others, Lu Zhujiao went backstage to answer the phone. He had left a note that morning and left. Her brother told her she had to come home tonight and couldn't stay out overnight. As they were talking, a pile of boxes fell and hit the female lead. Luckily, Qi Xiai appeared quickly and blocked the boxes. The female lead woke up in a hospital bed. It was a dream, but she realized this should be the normal course of the plot. Although the plot had changed, the accident hadn't. Because Qi Xiai wasn't there, the accident happened to the female lead. The female lead was a little lost. Li Yi pushed the door open and came in, concerned, asking if the female lead's wound hurt and if she was okay. The female lead was at a loss. She couldn't change the plot and make the male leads hate her, nor could she follow the original plot. Walking towards her own tragic ending, Li Yi, watching the tears welling in Lu Zhujiao's eyes, mistakenly thought she was in pain from her injuries. Outside the door, Lu Zug, her brother, also saw her distress. He rushed in to comfort his sister, intending to find a doctor to prescribe some painkillers. Li Yi clenched his fists, watching from the side. At Fashion Week, Qi Xiai was getting his makeup done when suddenly his phone chimed with a message notification. It was a text. That heartless Lu Zhujiao. She hasn't even bothered to send a single text to check on me after I missed a whole day of school. Chi grew restless. He asked Sister Sun if he could return early. Sister Sun reminded him about the final evening gala and the sponsors. Chi wished he had given the invitation to Lu Zhujiao so she could see how insignificant etiquette was in front of famous models. Behind him, a young woman was stealing glances. Someone reminded Chi that this was a single-person dressing room. Returning to his seat, the young woman called out to someone named Niu Jiangwo. Niu Jiangwo sighed, explaining that Miss was always wandering off, and it was his difficult duty to keep an eye on her. The young woman, impatient, demanded to know why her enrollment paperwork wasn't completed yet. Niu Jiangwo urged her not to wander off, explaining that the embassy was in the final round of approvals. The young woman grew agitated. She hoped the enrollment approval would come through quickly. She didn't want anyone to beat her to it, to snatch away. Chi. At the 12th hospital, Lu Zhujiao was resting when she heard a rustling sound from the cabinet. Lu Zhujiao quickly opened the cabinet. The author's little window popped up again, offering another spoiler. The window displayed the author sleeping soundly. Lu Zhujiao was speechless. 10 minutes later, the author was still asleep. Lu Zhujiao grew impatient. This window appeared once a week, and this time it hadn't provided any useful information. She would have to wait until next week. Even if she yelled at the author now, it wouldn't do any good. The author couldn't hear her. Li Jiamei came to visit Lu Zhujiao. Seeing how serious Lu Zhujiao's injuries were, Li Jiamei thought she wouldn't be able to perform on stage. But Chi had said he would be performing at the evening gala. Lu Zhujiao didn't know what Chi had planned. Li Jiamei wasn't sure either, but Chi had promised to visit Lu Zhujiao at the hospital the next day to discuss it with her. It seemed Li Jiamei had told Chi about Lu Zhujiao's hospitalization. Lu Zhujiao quickly borrowed Li Jiamei's phone. She didn't want Chi to come. She was afraid that if Chi left Fashion Week midway, changing the plot, she would be the one to suffer the consequences. By the time she called, it went straight to voicemail. Lu Zhujiao remembered the original plot. Chi was supposed to get injured. That would also cause him to leave Fashion Week early. He was supposed to be injured saving her, and she would be at the hospital with him. Lu Zhujiao realized that all her efforts to change the plot, aside from getting herself injured, hadn't changed anything. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This was a lesson in how to creatively self-sabotage. Sister Sun went to the hotel to find Chi. He had returned to the hotel early and wasn't answering his phone. Chi was nervously hoping she wouldn't find him. He accidentally dropped his phone. As he bent down to pick it up, the young woman from the dressing room appeared, greeting him enthusiastically. Afraid of being overheard, Chi quickly covered her mouth and pulled her inside, telling her to be quiet. The young woman looked at Chi's hand with delight. Hearing her call him classmate, Chi assumed she attended the same school. He told her not to tell anyone he had run off. Seeing that the coast was clear, he slipped out, leaving his phone behind. Just then it began to ring. At the hospital, Li told Li Jiamei to go home. Li Jiamei had bought Lu Zhujiao a cart full of food and told her to expect the delivery. Li went to see Li Jiamei off. On the way, Li told Li Jiamei that Lu Zhujiao needed rest and shouldn't be disturbed by Chi. Li Jiamei agreed, suddenly feeling a chill. The text message she had sent was seen by the young woman. Seeing the nickname Piggy Sister, the young woman mistakenly thought it was Chi's pet name for another girl. The young woman's expression darkened. Without his phone, Chi didn't receive the message. Early the next morning, he rushed to see Lu Zhujiao. Lu Zhujiao wondered why he hadn't come through the main entrance. Chi told her to ask her brother and Li. He asked about her injuries. Lu Zhujiao said she would be discharged in about a week. It seemed her injuries were quite serious. Chi had prepared several dances. They were originally meant to be performed as a trio, but now it seemed it would just be him and Hao Qian. Chi pulled out his backup phone to look them over. Lu Zhujiao wanted to see too, but Chi wanted it to be a surprise. He used his backup phone to contact his other phone, which was now in the young woman's possession. He decided to go and retrieve it. Lu Zhujiao stopped him, asking him again, if something you loved was taken away from you, would you destroy it? Chi thought destroying it was too crude. If it's something I love, why would I destroy it? Only then did Lu Zhujiao reach for her phone. It seemed Chi wasn't the villain after all. Moreover, Chi in her dream seemed more like the male lead. Lu Zhujiao resolved to find the villain, no matter the method. The villain was the key. Meanwhile, Qi Si, puzzled by Lu Zhujiao's questions, suddenly remembered that Lu Zhujiao had been captivated by his handsomeness. Lost in thought, he heard a handsome young man call his name. It was the classmate who had delivered the phone. Unsure how to address him, the young man introduced himself as Niu Jiangwo from the same class and group project. Qi Si was thrilled. So this was Niu Jiangwo. He'd heard Niu Jiangwo say he was just passing by the hospital. Niu Jiangwo explained that 2 of his group members were hospitalized, and the teacher had asked him to visit and address any issues. Qi Si was shocked to learn there was another one. Arriving at the ward, he found the injured Hao Qian. How did you end up back in the hospital? Qi Si asked. Didn't they take care of you? Hao Qian gestured that he was fine. Qi Si introduced Niu Jiangwo, explaining they were both here because of the group project. Niu Jiangwo asked if he needed to meet the other group member. Qi Si explained that the other member was too seriously injured to participate. He had already chosen several performance options and planned to surprise Lu Zhujiao with them. Hearing that Lu Zhujiao was also injured, Hao Qian anxiously asked how serious her injuries were. Qi Si reassured him that Lu Zhujiao was alive and kicking, and not to worry. Meanwhile, Niu Jiangwo mysteriously questioned Chi. Outside the ward, Li Yi and Lu Zhujiao were on their way to lunch. Walking too quickly, Lu Zhujiao bumped into someone. Li Yi rushed to help her up. Lu Zhujiao's eyes widened. This person also had a protagonist halo. The 4th protagonist halo had appeared. Following behind them were Qi Si and Hao Qian. Lu Zhujiao had assembled all 4 male leads and even arranged for them to meet. The young man with downcast eyes introduced himself as Niu Jiangwo. The girl, previously described as injured, spoke. I'm Lu Zhujiao. This is Li Yi from our sophomore year. Niu Jiangwo, his mission accomplished, immediately wanted to leave. I'll go back now. I'll call in a few days when we return to school for rehearsals. Qi Si quickly got up to follow. Okay, I'll go with you. Lu Zhujiao casually asked. What program did you choose? Give me a hint. Qi Si, of course, wouldn't reveal anything. It's a secret, he told her directly. Lu Zhujiao playfully pressed him. Just a little hint. Qi Si gave a gentle smile. No way. Li watched Niu Jiangwo's departing figure, a knowing smile playing on his lips. Outside, Niu Jiangwo and the pink-haired girl analyzed the situation. Lu Zhujiao and Qi Si are in the same class and group. They sit at the back table. Her nickname is Protagonist. Her best friend is Li Jiamei, also known as Protagonist's sister, and they're in the same class. Their group has 3 members. You should be joining their group. The pink-haired girl, looking at her phone, listened to Niu Jiangwo's explanation. Protagonist and Protagonist's sister. It seems neither of them is easy to deal with. What was Qi Si's attitude when you asked him? Niu Jiangwo recalled the scene. His attitude? Right. He asked you questions? Like, who is Protagonist's sister? And he called you. Hearing Niu Jiangwo's words, Qi Si exclaimed. Him? He Protagonist's friend. Protagonist is in our group. Her name is Lu Zhujiao. You'll know when you meet her. She's a very interesting person. Back in the present, Niu Jiangwo recounted the situation to the pink-haired girl, chuckling as he described Lu Zhujiao as interesting. The pink-haired girl tapped her chin thoughtfully with her phone. I see, she murmured. A week later, in the freshman teacher's office, a male teacher handed a textbook to a girl. This is the coursework you missed this week. If you have any questions, come ask me. Lu Zhujiao accepted it with a simple okay. The teacher informed her about the new student and asked her to get acquainted. Lu Zhujiao left the office, thinking to herself, I don't need you to tell me. I already know she's the 2nd female lead from the comic panel yesterday. Lu Zhujiao smirked inwardly. Annabelle, a princess from a small European country, 7 older brothers, the youngest and most doted-on daughter of the old king, spoiled from birth, a rich and powerful young lady. Isn't this the typical profile of a vicious female antagonist? Lu Zhujiao was quite clever. Her mind raced. If you can't beat them, join them. In the hallway, Annabelle heard someone call her name and turned to see Lu Zhujiao. Seeing that Lu Zhujiao knew her name, Annabelle had a pretty good idea of what was going on. Lu Zhujiao smiled and asked, I heard from the teacher that you're a new exchange student. Which group were you in? The same group as Li Jiamei, Annabelle replied, thinking that Lu Zhujiao was just showing off that she was in the same group as Qi Si. Both girls, their minds buzzing with hidden agendas, chatted amiably. Lu Zhujiao invited Annabelle to join their group for lunch. Annabelle immediately passed the buck. I promised Niu Jiangwo I'd eat with him. He doesn't like crowds. Why don't you go in my place? Niu Jiangwo suddenly appeared behind Lu Zhujiao. Let's go then. Lu Zhujiao's eyes widened in surprise. Turning awkwardly, Lu Zhujiao asked, hey, Niu Jiangwo, when did you get here? What do you want to eat later? Niu Jiangwo simply uttered, whatever. Looking at the easygoing Niu Jiangwo, Lu Zhujiao racked her brain, trying to figure out how to be friendly without leading him on. It was proving to be quite the mental workout. Then, a brilliant idea struck her. Lu Zhujiao suggested, why don't we invite my brother? It won't be a big group, and you guys will have things to talk about. The handsome Niu Jiangwo, his mouth quicker than his mind, replied, not necessary. You just follow along and keep quiet. Lu Zhujiao's head was spinning. So aggressive. Does he have anger issues? Better call Li Yi for backup. She grabbed her phone and started typing furiously, ready to send an SOS to Li Yi. Suddenly, Niu Jiangwo snatched her phone. Let's find a quiet place to eat. You don't mind, do you? He said, his face serious. Lu Zhujiao's heart skipped a beat. She nodded weakly. I do mind, but do I have a choice? Li Yi, save me. Meanwhile, at the other gathering, Chi Si asked Anna why Lu Zhujiao hadn't come. Aren't both groups supposed to be together? Anna calmly replied. She's showing Niu Jiangwo around the school. They're eating in the cafeteria. A classmate noticed Li Yi staring at the crowd and asked him what was wrong. Li Yi said he hadn't seen Lu Zhujiao come to eat. Maybe she got her food and went somewhere else. Hearing this, Li Yi still felt uneasy. He remembered overhearing something outside Lu Zhujiao's door the night before. Something about a second female lead. Li Yi, who had been about to knock, paused. Why are there new characters? The current ones are already complicated enough. I can't afford to offend someone like that. He'd heard Lu Zhujiao complain. Li Yi, lost in thought, handed his food to his classmate. Here, you eat it. I have something to do. The classmate looked at him, bewildered. What's so urgent? Just go, and hope nothing's wrong, Li Yi muttered as he walked away. Back in warehouse A5, Lu Zhujiao had finished eating. Lunch break's almost over. Let's go back to class. Niu Jiangwo, legs crossed, replied, no need to go back for afternoon study hall or rehearsal. Lu Zhujiao thought, what are you planning, dude? Seriously? Aloud, she said, I still need to go to the infirmary to change my bandages. Niu Jiangwo turned and pulled out a first aid kit. He held out his hand and commanded, give me your hand. Lu Zhujiao was completely stunned. Isn't this inappropriate? She stammered, but obediently extended her hand. Watching Niu Jiangwo carefully and gently change her bandages, her heart beat a little faster. He's even more careful than a nurse. No, don't be fooled by this. Don't change the plot. He can't fall for me. She shook her head, trying to dispel the image. Niu Jiangwo set her hand down. There, all done. Lu Zhujiao was still wrestling with her inner turmoil. Niu Jiangwo reached for the discarded bandage. What are you doing? Lu Zhujiao snapped back to reality and bumped squarely into Niu Jiangwo's face. Seeing the bandage in his hand, she cringed, mortified. A trickle of red flowed from Niu Jiangwo's nose. I'm so sorry. I was lost in thought. I didn't realize you were. Lu Zhujiao apologized profusely, looking at Niu Jiangwo, his nose stuffed with tissue and his face expressionless. She felt terrible. This is bad. He looks even angrier now. What do I do? She asked cautiously. Don't you need to see a doctor? It wouldn't be good if I caused any real damage. Niu Jiangwo, his face still impassive, said, just stay put. Don't worry about me. Lu Zhujiao was now burning with curiosity about his relationship with the second female lead. At that moment, Li Yi was searching for her. Hearing him call her name, she started to go to him. She just called out, Li Yi, when Niu Jiangwo clamped a hand over her mouth and pulled her into his arms. Hearing Li Yi calling her name repeatedly, she silently screamed for help. As Li Yi's voice faded into the distance, Lu Zhujiao felt a mixture of panic and anger. Don't go. Li Yi, come back and save me. Niu Jiangwo, once Li Yi was out of earshot, Niu Jiangwo released her. Lu Zhujiao lashed out, aiming a kick at his groin. He blocked it, and she exploded. I don't care what Anna told you to do. This is illegal detention. This is a country with laws. If you don't understand them, go study, or hire a lawyer. Lu Zhujiao turned and stormed off. She hadn't taken 2 steps when she felt a hand grab the back of her collar. You're not going anywhere. Niu Jiangwo's words made her fume. What kind of male lead are you? This is infuriating. A knock echoed through the warehouse. Excuse me, could you open the door? I need to pick up some materials. After warning Lu Zhujiao to stay put. Neo Jangwo went to the door. What materials do you need? Seeing him distracted, Lu Zhujiao stuck her tongue out and bolted, escaping through a window. Free at last, she ran straight into Li Yi. She grabbed his hand. Let's go. Neo Jangwo turned to find her gone. He immediately reported to Anna, who berated him as useless. Out on the path by the teaching building, Lu Zhujiao tugged Li Yi's hand as they walked. Li Yi, she said, I don't want to go back to the classroom. Can we go somewhere else? Where do you want to go? He asked. I bought a projector. We could watch a movie at your place. Lu Zhujiao, remembering the author's warning that all the male leads were problematic, suggested, let's just go to your place. I haven't been there in ages. As she said this, she thought to herself, Li Yi is one of the male leads too. I wonder what his problem is. I haven't figured it out yet. Standing in front of Li Yi's empty refrigerator, Lu Zhujiao was at a loss for words. Li Yi, rummaging through the cabinet, said, have some water. I've already ordered takeout. Looking around the barren apartment, Lu Zhujiao thought, it looks like nobody even lives here. Li Yi is so good at taking care of others. Why is he so bad at taking care of himself? Does he even live here normally? Thinking this, she asked, this is such a big place. Do you live here all alone? Don't your parents ever come back? Li Yi paused for a moment. Ah, yes, he replied shortly. Lu Zhujiao asked, can I go upstairs and take a look while you tidy up? Sure, Li Yi readily agreed. Seeing nothing amiss, Lu Zhujiao headed upstairs. Entering Li Yi's room, nothing seemed out of the ordinary at first glance. She sat down on the bed and suddenly felt something underneath her. Pulling back the covers, she discovered a military knife. So, he acts tough and caring on the outside, but he's actually lonely and insecure? She thought. Maybe Li Yi is afraid of ghosts. Maybe he's sensitive and vulnerable deep down. Clenching her fists, she resolved, as the female lead, I should help him. A big house like this, far from everything, no food and not safe. It's just too dangerous. Lu Zhujiao quickly grabbed her phone and called home. Li Yi, just coming upstairs, overheard her saying, brother, tell mom that Li Yi is going to stay with us. He looked confused. The doorbell rang, signaling the arrival of the takeout. Seeing Li Yi, Lu Zhujiao quickly said, Li Yi, pack your bags. You're coming to live with us. What? So suddenly, Li Yi was stunned. Lu Zhujiao immediately began describing how wonderful her home was and how much everyone would love him. Looking at the enthusiastic girl, Li Yi couldn't refuse. His silence was taken as agreement. Let's go pack your things, Lu Zhujiao exclaimed, happily taking his arm. Li Yi told her to eat first while he packed. Oh, I almost forgot about the food. Lu Zhujiao went to eat obediently. She didn't forget to call out to him, hurry down when you're done. After Li Yi left, she thought happily, great, Li Yi's problem is solved. Now, there are only 3 problematic male leads left. Am I interfering too much? Oh well, I've interfered plenty before. This will be more convenient. In the dance studio, Chi Si wondered, where has Lu Zhujiao been all afternoon? She's not in the classroom, and she hasn't come to check on us. Do you know where Lu Zhujiao is? He asked a classmate who was wiping sweat after their rehearsal. I don't know, the boy replied. Annabelle approached Chi Si. Miao Jianba said Lu Zhujiao went back with Li Yi. Do you want some water? She offered. Chi declined. Oh, no thanks. I have my own. He was practically seething with jealousy towards Li Yi. Turning, he put his arm around Hao Qian's shoulder. Aren't you moving out of your house? He asked. Let's go look at apartments. Hao Qian looked at him, bewildered. What did I say? I was moving out. Chi Si steered Hao Qian towards the door. What's so great about staying at your place? I saw a nice place across from Lu Zhujiao's house last time. Let's go check it out. Completely ignored, Annabelle spun around and furiously called Neo Jangwo. Neo Jangwo, get over here and intercept Chi Si quickly. Lu Zhujiao, having just returned to her apartment building with Li Yi, saw Chi Si and Hao Qian approaching like a whirlwind. What a coincidence. You're here too, she said, feeling incredibly awkward. Well, duh. This is my house, Chi Si retorted, then quickly pushed Hao Qian forward as a shield. Hao Qian is moving out, he explained, so we're here looking at apartments. Noticing Li Yi's luggage, Chi Si asked, are you moving too? Li Yi replied casually, yes, I'm moving in with Lu Zhujiao. Chi Si was dumbfounded. As Lu Zhujiao and Li Yi headed inside, Chi Si stood frozen in place. Li Yi turned and gave him a provocative smirk. Chi Si, still in disbelief, asked Hao Qian, Lu Zhujiao's house? I didn't mishear that, did I? Lu Zhujiao's house, Hao Qian confirmed. Chi Si, practically fuming, gritted his teeth. Tell Uncle Li to buy the house across from Lu Zhujiao's. Triple the price, I don't care. I'm moving in tomorrow. Seeing his agitated state, Hao Qian tried to calm him down. Relax, he urged, but the furious Qi Si wouldn't listen. Men and women shouldn't live together. I have to protect her. Niu Jiangwo, lurking around the corner, immediately reported to Annabelle. Miss, Qi Si wants to move in across from Lu Zhujiao's. His suspicious behavior was noticed by a mother and her young son. The little boy pointed at him and said to his mother, Look, a stalker. Be quiet, his mother hissed, quickly shushing him. Annabelle ordered Niu Jiangwo. Find him a place nearby, quickly. This young lady is so impulsive. Niu Jiangwo groaned inwardly. The next morning, Lu Zhujiao opened her door to find Qi Si and Hao Qian standing there. What a coincidence. Are you going to school too? Qi Si greeted her. Lu Zhujiao asked, Isn't that Uncle Li's house across the street? Qi Si, unable to contain his glee, replied, I moved in yesterday. We're neighbors now. Lu Zhujiao stumbled backward. Oh my God, help me. This is terrifying. But the real terror was yet to come. As the four of them entered the school, eyes from every direction zeroed in on them. Surrounded by handsome boys, they were dazzling. Help! Lu Zhujiao wanted to scream. All she wanted was to escape from being the center of attention. She broke into a near run, the handsome boys hot on her heels. Lu Zhujiao, why are you walking so fast? They called after her. Oh heavens, earth! Lu Zhujiao, on the verge of tears, wanted to cry out. I don't want to be in the school news. A camera clicked. The scene, Lu Zhujiao fleeing in front, pursued by the four school heartthrobs, was captured. Li Yi, noticing, quietly told the girl with the camera, Don't post that. He then smiled, instantly captivating the two girls. Inside the classroom, a boy approached Li Yi. Hey, the school network is down. Did you do it? I wanted to check the anniversary arrangements. Li Yi, without even turning his head, replied, If you want to know, I can tell you. The boy in gray returned to his seat, a little irritated. Those guys hanging around my sister today, what's going on? They aren't trying to get close to my Zhujiao, are they? She's too young to date. If you see anything, you have to tell me. I'll make that boy regret being born. Internally, Lu Zhujiao thought, dealing with this brother is like making a deal with the devil. Li Yi, inwardly delighted, quickly reassured her brother, Don't worry, I won't let anything happen. Looking at the no signal on her phone, Lu Zhujiao breathed a sigh of relief. Thank goodness the school network is down. Otherwise, I'd be doomed. She decided to tackle the problem at hand, starting with Princess Anna. Anna, can we talk? What is there to talk about? Anna refused the invitation. Lu Zhujiao went straight to the point. Who do you like, Qi Si or Hao Qian? Anna's expression instantly changed. Oh, what do you want to talk about? Lu Zhujiao guessed. I'm guessing it's probably Qi Si. Hao Qian is too well-behaved. You probably wouldn't like him. Anna, startled by her directness, quickly covered Lu Zhujiao's mouth. Shush! Aren't you supposed to be subtle? How can you be so direct? What are you trying to do? Lu Zhujiao didn't beat around the bush. I want to make a deal with you. Later, the two girls were seen together at the school gate. Qi Si, spotting Lu Zhujiao, immediately asked, You're here. Shall we go together? Are you taking the bus or walking? Lu Zhujiao had no intention of leaving with him. I'm not going with you. I'm going to my friend's house to study. As if on cue, her friend appeared. Just as Anna was about to go after Lu Zhujiao, she bumped into Qi Si with a yelp. Qi Si quickly asked, Anna, are you alright? Anna looked up. I think I twisted my ankle. Flashback to Lu Zhujiao and Anna's earlier conversation. For what I've observed, Qi Si is gentle with everyone, so you don't need to cling to him. Just interact normally. Anna interrupted. Wouldn't that be like any other classmate? Lu Zhujiao gave a mischievous smile. That's where you need a little strategy. For example, back to the present. Qi Si asked with concern, Does it hurt a lot? Should I take you to the infirmary? Anna looked up at Qi Si slightly. Would that be too much trouble? Qi Si gently replied, It's fine. I'll take you. Lu Zhujiao's eyes lit up. The innocent girl strategy worked. The author's protagonist halo is too powerful. Lu Zhujiao had a brilliant idea. I can't give away my halo, but I can let someone else follow my script. If Anna follows my script, the boys will notice her. Lu Zhujiao thought to herself, if I keep a low profile and follow the villain's plot, I'll definitely survive until the end. I'm so smart. Later, during the school anniversary evening, Lu Zhujiao heard her brother call out, Zhujiao, Your friend is here. Wondering which friend it could be, she opened the door to see Anna. What are you doing here? She asked. Anna replied haughtily. I came to see you, of course. So this is your room? Not bad. Lu Zhujiao was speechless. Did you come all this way just to say that? Anna, now sitting on the bed, replied, Not really. I just moved nearby. We're classmates, so I thought I'd say hello. Lu Zhujiao didn't believe her. Come on, your plan with Chi Ci went well today. You want to ask me for more tips, right? Her intentions exposed. Anna was a little embarrassed. It seems I misunderstood what subtle means. Well, since you helped me, we're sisters in arms now. Lu Zhujiao was taken aback by her sudden enthusiasm. That was fast. Anna then began to tell Lu Zhujiao her secret crush story. I've liked Chi Ci ever since I saw him at Paris Fashion Week. I used to hate almond-shaped eyes until I saw his. He was so dazzling, sunny, confident, and handsome, like a bright star. I watched every one of his shows, bought every magazine he was in, and bought everything he endorsed, just hoping he would continue to shine. But he's not an idol, so he probably doesn't have a no-dating clause. That's why I came here, to prevent him from dating anyone else. Lu Zhujiao could only marvel at the dedication of this devoted fan. Anna's tone suddenly shifted. If he has to date someone, it can only be me. Zhujiao quickly filled Anna in. Your worries are a bit premature. Early romance is forbidden in this novel. You can come back in a few years. Anna was shocked by the concept of early romance. Zhujiao continued, It means no dating before you're 18. Anna covered her gaping mouth in astonishment. There's actually such a rule? It seems my research wasn't thorough enough, but it's okay. I'll just enter the game early. As long as you don't date Chi Ci, we're good sisters. This statement charmed Zhujiao. Why is this girl so cute, she thought. Aren't you supposed to be the villainous second female lead? Zhujiao quickly reassured Anna. No, he won't like me, and I won't like him. Inwardly, she added, as long as you keep pursuing him. Hearing Zhujiao's assurance, Anna instantly relaxed. Her gossipy nature flared up. So, is the person you like Li Yi? Being asked this, Zhujiao hadn't even considered the idea of liking Li Yi. They were too familiar. She hadn't thought about it that way. But him asking me, is he trying to confirm I won't steal Chi Ci? She decided to reassure Anna. I like Li Yi. At this moment, Zhujiao didn't know that Li Yi, standing at the doorway, overheard her. Holding a glass of water, he considered the situation. He figured if he went in now, Zhujiao might be mortified. Better to have Zhu would deliver it. Always overhearing things he shouldn't. Troubled by this thought, Li Yi went to find Zhuwa. Zhuwa, carrying freshly baked bread and water, came to deliver them to Zhujiao and Anna. Anna stood up to take them and saw that she had just squashed a cockroach. Instantly, she froze, as if struck by lightning. Zhuwa, confused, asked what was wrong. Tears welled up in Anna's eyes as she stammered, "Bee-bug." Zhuwa squatted down and picked up Anna's shoe, the one with the squashed cockroach. Wrapping the shoe and the bug in a tissue, she tossed them into the trash can. Tears still clinging to her eyelashes, Anna stubbornly declared, I wasn't scared. I was just startled. Seeing her like this, Zhuwa quickly comforted her. I know. I'll get you new shoes. You go sit back on the bed. Watching their interaction, Lu Zhujiao felt something was off. Disperse, strange vibes, disperse. She quickly ushered Zhuwa out. Brother, go get Li Yi to bring the shoes. You don't need to come back in. Zhuwa left, completely bewildered. Zhujiao pondered. Anna has to keep liking Chi Ci. Although I doubt Anna would even consider my brother, I still need to be cautious. She quickly adopted a serious expression and began to brainwash Anna. My brother is no good. He's stupid, clueless, and a total straight man. He's not even that good looking. Anna replied blankly. He seems all right. Zhuwa, who had just left and hadn't gone far, sighed inwardly. Does she have to trash talk her own brother like that? I'd better stay away from his friends in the future. On Parents' Day, Zhujiao saw Anna and asked, Isn't your group performing? Why are you in the audience? Anna explained, They had almost finished rehearsing by the time I transferred, so I'm not in the show. What's the next performance? Talking about the performances, Zhujiao suddenly thought of someone. Niu Jiangwo is also in our group's performance. It's starting. Look, the stage lights brighten one by one. Yu Zhongqi, Hao Qian, and the cross-dressing Niu Jiangwo made their dazzling entrance. Ha! What is Niu Jiangwo wearing? Zhujiao was laughing so hard she was crying. She couldn't help it. Anna covered her face, unable to bear the sight. What a mess. Not only is his outfit hideous, but his dancing is terrible too. He's an embarrassment to the royal family. Unable to watch any longer, Anna stood up to leave. I'm going. You enjoy the show. Zhu Jiao tried to stop her. Don't go. Let's go to the waiting room to see them after Huiyan's performance. Right now, Anna just wanted to distance herself from Niu Jiangwo. He was simply too embarrassing. After their performance, Qi Xiai, Hao Qian, and Niu Jiangwo headed towards the waiting room. Qi Xiai nudged Hao Qian with a smile. We were a huge success today. Look how much Zhu Jiao was laughing. Hao Qian, puzzled by his reaction, asked, why do you care so much about her reaction? Niu Jiangwo, oblivious to their conversation, ripped off his wig, wanting nothing more than to get back to the waiting room. Qi Xiai leaned closer to Hao Qian with a mischievous grin. You care more about her than me. I even saw you drawing a picture of her. Hao Qian replied seriously. I just think she's pretty. You don't understand. This kind of caring, it's just strange. Chi laughed. No, you don't understand. I just won't allow anyone to deny my beauty. Hao Qian said calmly. Regardless of why you care, most affections begin with this inexplicable concern. These words stunned Qi Xiai into silence. He quickly retorted, nonsense. Zhu Jiao's voice rang out. Qi Xiai, your performance was amazing. Qi Xiai was enveloped in a cloud of pink bubbles, his eyes fixed on Zhu Jiao, his face flushed. Zhu Jiao, wasn't I handsome? Wasn't I dazzling? Zhu Jiao raised both hands in agreement. Super handsome, super cool, super entertaining. Your performance. Qi Xiai, involuntarily bouncing alongside Zhu Jiao, exclaimed, right? I was the most dazzling, right? Jiangwo was the most dazzling? Why? Because he wore a little dress? I could too, and I'd definitely look better than him. Watching the bickering duo, Hao Qian suddenly felt like he was shining. I should be under a car, not here. Behind him, Niu Jiangwo was so embarrassed he wanted to leave the planet. Become an alien. This is so humiliating, I should just leave. Lu Zhujiu suddenly thought of Anna. Hey, where's Anna? Wasn't she supposed to be here early? I haven't seen Qi Xiai either. They're probably watching the performance, she guessed. Lu Zhujiao felt more worried than Anna herself. This girl is so nonchalant about pursuing someone. How can I help her if she's not even here? Lu Zhujiao told Qi Xiai to return the small dress. She felt she should go find Anna. Qi Xiai, wanting to be the coolest guy in Lu Zhujiao's eyes, headed towards the changing room. Who cares if she notices or not? Being with Lu Zhujiao is nice enough. It would be even better if she thought I was handsome. Anna, completely lost, had walked in a large circle. Where's the waiting room? Turning a corner, she bumped into Zhuwa. He had just overheard Anna's words. Hey, you're talking about that. He wanted to say something, but remembered what Lu Zhujiao had said. My brother is no good. He's stupid, slow, and a total blockhead. And he's not even that good looking. He had already decided to stay away from Lu Zhujiao's friends. Ugh, this is so frustrating. Forget it. I'll just leave. He turned around, but before he could take a step, Anna grabbed the back of his neck. Wait a minute, upperclassman. Could you tell me where the first-year rehearsal waiting room is? Zhuwa quickly replied. It's on the 4th floor of Building 2, Sunshin Building. The 3rd to 9th rooms on the right side. Got it. Anna had a good memory. She just had a poor sense of direction. But where is Sunshin Building 2? Zhuwa, stunned, just stood there. Inside the waiting room, Qi Xiai held 2 different dresses and asked Lu Zhujiao which one looked better. Lu Zhujiao compared them and thought the black one was better. Chi happily took the black dress and went to the changing room. I'm going to change. Hurry. Lu Zhujiao happily sent Qi Xiai off. I still have to find Anna. She's so much trouble. Suddenly, she remembered a conversation from before she transmigrated. Second Anne, you're dragging on too much. I'm cutting some content. I don't. You listen to me. Trivial plots bore the readers. If they stop reading, you'll be cut. Understand? Understood. A little orange-haired character was being held in someone's hand, their face being pinched. Even if you don't understand, you'll understand now. Let me see. Just as she snapped back to reality, she heard Qi Xiai say, I've changed. Lu Zhujiao looked towards the changing room curtain. A hand poked out. Whoa! The freshly minted cross-dressing Qi Xiai made his dazzling debut. Just as he was about to unleash his charm, Lu Zhujiao wrapped him up in the changing room curtain. Don't move. What's wrong? A muffled voice came from the bundled-up Qi Xiai. I'll tell you later. Lu Zhujiao held Qi Xiai tightly and stared at the door. Qi Xi's heart pounded in his chest. Why is she suddenly hugging me? Looking at the screen in the air, Lu Zhujiao hugged him even tighter. I hope Chi can't hear this. On the screen, a pink-haired character flipped through a book. Nancy. I'll just delete his plot. He hasn't even appeared yet. Chi vaguely heard a voice. Is someone there? A male voice asked. No. Lu Zhujiao quickly lied, already wanting to hit someone. The voice on the screen continued. What do you mean he hasn't appeared yet? Isn't he supposed to be the male lead I just ripped off? I don't care. Fix it by next week, or you'll be sorry. Yes, Jasmine-sama. The screen finally disappeared, but Lu Zhujiao felt uneasy. If the male lead hasn't appeared yet, does that mean I'm the extra male lead? Held tightly by Lu Zhujiao, Chi-Si's heart was about to beat out of his chest. What do I do? My heart is racing. Zhu's voice came from the hallway. It's just up ahead. Your class should be here. Zhu led Anna into the room and saw Lu Zhujiao holding the curtain, frozen in place. Seeing Zhu, Lu Zhujiao's mind went blank. Brother, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Zhu was truly puzzled. What is this get-up, little sister? Lu Zhujiao quickly dropped the curtain. I wasn't doing anything. Zhu walked over and pulled back the curtain. Isn't that the pink-haired guy? Chi awkwardly greeted him. HLO, the little devil brother versus the new cross-dressing Chi. Zhu grabbed Chi by the collar and, with a single over-the-shoulder throw, gave him a whole new perspective on the world. You're still minors. No that thing. Anna and Lu Zhujiao, watching the fight, were stunned. The small, helpless, and pitiful Lu Zhujiao softly called out, Brother. Zhu, the battle over, calm down a bit. What are you still doing here? You should be back in the auditorium, watching the performances. The second years are up next. The timid Lu Zhujiao quickly pushed Anna away from the battlefield. Let's go back quickly, Anna. Anna still couldn't believe that the person in the dress had been Chi. She asked incredulously, who was that girl who just got thrown? Lu Zhujiao broke out in a cold sweat. Someone you don't know. He's fine. Just as they reached the door, Lu Zhujiao, still worried, wanted to say something to her brother. Zhu. He immediately put on a cheerful face. Don't worry, I've got this. Outside in the hallway, Lu Zhujiao was still uneasy. Anna, seeing her like this, asked what's wrong. That over-the-shoulder throw your brother did was pretty cool. Has he had training? Does he want to be a bodyguard? I could recommend him to the best schools. To prevent Anna from developing a crush on her brother, Lu Zhujiao quickly. No, Lu Sufiao insisted. He's just strong. Don't look at him differently, okay? Later that night, Zhujiao sat alone by her window. I'm doomed. I'm really doomed. I definitely saw the auras of 4 of them. Who could the extra one be? Besides, what use is a shoujo manga male lead's aura other than liking the female lead? What's the extra one thinking? I'm not a shoujo manga heroine. I'm the victim and detective in a suspense manga, aren't I? After her frantic inner monologue, Zhujiao heard her brother, Zhu, ask from outside her door, Want some late-night noodles? Yes, Zhujiao cheerfully replied. Food can fix anything. After eating, Zhujiao felt much better. My noodles are pretty good, right? Way better than those pretty-faced boys out there. Don't you think so? Zhujiao put down her bowl and glanced at Zhu, silently fishing for a compliment. Zhu, in his heart, agreed. Definitely better than Li Yi. Li Yi, who I grew up with, must be my male lead, Zhujiao mused. Seeing Li Yi emerge, she said, Li Yi, I still have a group project to finish. Could you clean up the dishes? Li Yi nodded. Sure, go back to your room. I'll take care of this. Watching Li Yi's retreating figure, Zhujiao's fondness grew. If I pretend to date Li Yi, maybe I could discourage those other male leads. Wouldn't that change the manga's title to something like Contract Boyfriend or To My Childhood Sweetheart? The thought made her giggle, but I'd have to get Li Yi to agree. Li Yi, finished with the dishes, came out of the kitchen and saw Zhujiao still awake. He handed her a glass of milk. Why are you still up so late watching TV on the floor? You'll catch a cold. Drink your milk and go to bed. Zhujiao accepted the milk, teasing, You say sitting on the floor is cold, but you're sitting here with me. When we were little, I always wished you were my real brother. Sipping her milk, she added softly, As long as you're here, I'm not afraid of anything. Li Yi responded gently, I'm here. Zhujiao began her plan. Li Yi, there's a small favor I need to ask. What is it? Li Yi asked. Zhujiao confessed. The thing about the creep, it was me. It wasn't my friend. It was me. But I think it's more complicated than that. Li Yi patted Zhujiao's head reassuringly. It's okay. I'm here. Zhujiao seized the opportunity. So, I was thinking if I had a boyfriend, even a fake one, maybe it would discourage those strange ideas. Li Yi was silent for a moment. Who is this creep? Are there several of them? Do you know who they are? Should we tell your parents? Should we tell the school if it's serious? panicked that things might escalate. Zhu Jiao quickly backpedaled. No, it's not that serious. I was just kidding, Li Yi. There's no creep. I'm fine. I'm going to bed now. Don't stay up too late. With that, she scurried back to her room. Lying in bed, Zhu Jiao's mind raced. It's not like I confessed and got rejected. Li Yi is just worried about me. It is a serious matter. He's just prioritizing my safety. Lost in thought, she drifted off to sleep. Li Yi, still in the living room, replayed the conversation in his mind. His heart still skipped a beat. Is it changing too much? Is the world reacting to it? Zhu Jiao's friend called out to her before she even entered the classroom. Catching up to her, the friend asked, "You're here early today." Zhu Jiao, sporting dark circles under her eyes, replied lazily, "Yeah." Her friend continued, "I just saw your brother and Anna chatting downstairs, so I figured you'd be here soon." Zhu Jiao instantly perked up. Speak of the devil. She immediately asked, "Li isn't here? Why would my brother leave Li downstairs to chat up Anna?" Her friend looked confused. "Li? Who's Li Yi?" Sensing something was amiss, Zhu Jiao pressed on. "What are you talking about? You met him. He's always with my brother and me." Her friend turned to face her. "No, I haven't. There's no one like that. Your brother is always alone." Zhu Jiao desperately needed confirmation. "My brother is downstairs, right?" Her friend replied, "Yeah, downstairs. And is chasing after Zhu now. I saw your performance yesterday. Those moves were awesome. Have you really not considered joining the guard team?" Zhu dismissed her. No time. Zhu Jiao rushed over to Zhu, anxiously asking, "Brother, where's Li Yi?" Zhu looked at her as if he'd never heard the name before. Li Yi? Who's Li Yi? Now, Zhu Jiao was truly baffled. One thought consumed her. What is going on? Meanwhile, Li Yi frantically searched through his books. So what's wrong with my heart? After all these years and everything I've been through, it's never changed. Is it wearing out? In that daydream, that male lead's heart raced because of a heart condition. But I don't have a heart condition, do I? Does Juju know something I don't? Some plot point I'm missing? There's nothing here. Is my heart really malfunctioning? Like that Don guy? I should probably go to the hospital. Zhu Jiao realized she was the only one who remembered Li Yi. It was as if everyone else had forgotten he existed. Suddenly, Zhu Jiao's brother, Zhu, noticed something. Li Yi was walking up behind Zhu Jiao. Zhu suddenly remembered Li Yi as well. "You came." Zhu Jiao was stunned. What was going on? Watching her brother and Li Yi chat normally, she felt something wasn't right. Li Yi suddenly asked her, "Zhu Jiao, you don't have cleaning duty? Why are you here so early? Have you had breakfast?" "Yes," Zhu Jiao replied. After Zhu and Li Yi left, Anna waved a hand in front of Zhu Jiao's face. "What's wrong? You seem dazed. Didn't you sleep well?" Zhu Jiao's mind was a complete blank. She couldn't process anything. Zhu opened the refrigerator. "I'm making cola chicken wings today, but we're out of cola." Hearing this, Li Yi offered, "I'll go downstairs and buy some." Zhu urged him to hurry back. Li Yi then asked Zhu Jiao, "Is there anything you want me to get you?" Zhu Jiao's mind was still rebooting. Li Yi asked again, "Is there anything you'd like to eat?" Finally processing the question, Zhu Jiao suddenly stood up and replied, "No, thank you." Seeing her like this, Li Yi asked with concern, "What's wrong?" Still unsure about Li Yi's situation, Zhu Jiao decided to play it safe. "I'm fine. I'm not hungry." With that, she ran to her room. Hearing the commotion, Zhu came over and asked what was wrong. Li Yi responded blankly, "I don't know." He thought to himself, whatever the reason, this isn't how the story was supposed to go. I better be careful. After considering this, he patted Zhu's shoulder. Maybe she's just in a bad mood. I'll check on her after I get back with the cola. Zhu agreed. In her room, Zhu Jiao fretted over Li Yi. Li Yi, why did he suddenly disappear from everyone's memory? Is he an extra protagonist? Or is it because I changed the plot, affecting him? This is getting more and more complicated. This is so annoying. If he's an extra protagonist, then it makes sense that his existence is unstable. If he's not, then he's definitely not a fixed character. That would explain his appearances and disappearances after I expressed my interest in him. Because I changed the plot and didn't get together with the male lead, the story is trying to correct itself by removing Li Yi. Maybe I should test this theory. But it's risky. What if I mess up and Li Yi really disappears? Just then, Li Yi knocked on her door. "Zhu Jiao," he said, "I brought back some snacks. If you're not eating dinner, at least have some of these." As soon as he entered, Zhu Jiao hugged him from behind, resting her head against his back. Softly, she said, He quietly asked, "What's wrong?" Zhu Jiao launched her attack. "What I said yesterday about wanting to go out with you. It's because I really like you, Li Yi." Li Yi was silent for a moment, then said her name. Zhu Jiao tensed. Li Yi gently pried her hands from his waist. Thank you for your feelings, he said, but high school students shouldn't be dating. We need to focus on our studies and getting into university. Okay. Zhu Jiao was shocked. She couldn't believe it. Li Yi then deployed his second attack. Have you finished your homework? Defeated, Zhu Jiao admitted she hadn't. Li Yi patted her head consolingly. Go and do it then. Ask me if you have any questions. Come out and eat something when you're hungry. Zhu Jiao sulked. After Li Yi left, Zhu Jiao questioned her reality. What just happened? I just got rejected? I don't understand. Aren't the male leads supposed to like me, the female lead? Is it just that he doesn't like me yet? Or is the plot preventing anyone other than the main male lead from getting together with the female lead? Li stood outside her door, clutching his racing heart. I like her. He looked towards Zhu Jiao's room. Zhu came up behind him and clapped him on the shoulder. Have you eaten? Both of them jumped. Don't do that. You scare me to death, Li Yi exclaimed, his fur figuratively ruffled. He turned and blurted out, I don't know. Maybe it's like, but I'm not sure. Zhu was confused. Like what? Like not eating? At the school basketball court, Zhu Jiao sat alone. Several days had passed since her confession. Li Yi had been avoiding her. He'd signed up for tutoring classes and came home late every night. She hadn't seen him in days. I don't understand. Does he dislike me that much? Zhu Jiao felt dejected. Qi Xi noticed her low spirits. It's not easy to have an outdoor group activity. Why are you so down? Zhu Jiao suddenly realized Qi Xi was there. Qi Xi looked at her quizzically. Suddenly, Zhu Jiao grabbed his sleeve. Qi Xi, he asked confused. What? Zhu Jiao blurted out, go out with me. Qi Xi froze, his eyes widening. He quickly pulled his arm back. And no, we're still in high school. We can't date. Though startled, he was secretly pleased. I know I'm handsome. It's normal to like me, but we're still young. Maybe later. Before Qi Xi could even finish his thought, he heard Zhu Jiao call out from behind him, Hao Qian, you're so pitiful. Go out with me. If the principal hears you say that, you'll be toast. Did you lose a bet or something? Zhu Jiao didn't want to reveal the real reason, so she brushed it off. Just pretend I did. Turning her head, Zhu Jiao spotted her next target, Niu Jiangwo. She'd barely called out his name when Qi Xi interrupted. Shut up. Resigned, she meekly agreed. Her suspicions confirmed. Zhu Jiao thought happily. It seems things are going as planned. Even though this is a shoujo manga and needs a romance, I'm underage. I can't be openly dating or it won't pass censorship. It seems Li Yi didn't agree, and not because he doesn't like me. Qi Xi was practically in tears, heartbroken. I thought Zhu Jiao had fallen for my stunning looks. Seeing him like this, Hao Qian couldn't help but ask, are you okay? The devastated Qi Xi was truly not well. The oblivious Zhu Jiao prepared to head home. Hao Qian, the meeting minutes are all yours. I'm going home now. Hao Qian, having just returned, watched Zhu Jiao skip away cheerfully. Off to pick up Li Yi after class, he muttered. This scene infuriated Qi Xi. Li Yi again. I haven't seen him since Zhu Jiao came to school with swollen eyes a few days ago. Did they have a falling out? Thinking this, Qi Xi clapped Hao Qian on the shoulder. Come on, let's follow her and see. A few days prior, Zhu Jiao, rejected by Li Yi, was utterly dejected. She had cried herself to sleep that night, realizing that her sadness stemmed from her feelings for him. She understood. The heroine always loves the male lead. But since I'm underage, I can't be with Li Yi. Thinking this, Zhu Jiao felt a surge of optimism. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of time. He lives right next door anyway. A female classmate caught up with Li Yi. Li Yi, I have a question I don't understand. Can I ask you? Li Yi responded coldly. I'm busy. The rejected classmate nearly burst into tears. Turning, Li Yi saw Zhu Jiao and a faint smile touched his lips. Zhu Jiao, already prepared with a perfect excuse, said, I haven't seen you in days. Didn't you say I could ask you if I had any questions? The icy Li Yi, now thawing, nodded with a smile. That's right. I'll help you when we get back. Zhu Jiao, walking alongside him, replied, Okay, you finished tutoring pretty early today, Li Yi. Why are you getting home so late? Oh, I spent some time in the study hall, Li Yi replied. Walking close together, their fingers nearly brushed. Zhu Jiao seized the opportunity and took Li Yi's hand. Brother, I didn't know you were coming home for dinner. Let's buy some groceries. Blushing, Zhu Jiao looked adorable. Though both were shy, their hands held tighter. Li Yi, feigning nonchalance, said, "It's not like we haven't held hands before." His blush was practically glowing, still so stubborn. As they walked home, they discussed what to eat. The sweet atmosphere was incredibly heartwarming. Two female classmates, leaving their tutoring session, witnessed this scene. "Is that girly Yi's sister? It's the first time I've seen him smile at someone. I didn't know he had expressions. I thought he had a permanent poker face." Hiding and observing, Chi Si spoke to Hao Qian. "Did you hear that? Li Yi is suspicious." Chi Si continued, while Hao Qian looked at him, speechless. "I think we're the suspicious ones right now." Chi Si, a man of action, immediately called his uncle. "Uncle, I need you to look into someone for me." Li Yi, in class 3, grade 1. "Yes, from his family history. The more detailed, the better." Chi Si and Hao Qian were researching Li Yi when Hao Qian said, "Look at this." Chi Si took the information and nearly jumped out of his skin. Why is there only one page of information on him? There's barely anything about his parents. It just says they're always abroad. And why doesn't he even have elementary school records? For junior high and high school, it just says excellent grades. That's it. I have to tell Zhu Jiao. Hao Qian quickly stopped him. "Wait." Later that night, Chi Si appeared at Zhu Jiao's back door and shushed her. Confused, Zhu Jiao whispered, "What are you doing here so late?" Chi Si told her to keep her voice down and handed her a document. She took it and saw it was Li Yi's information. "Li Yi's file? How did you get this?" "And I already know everything on here." Chi Si pointed at the document and asked, "Don't you think that's strange? I use a lot of resources and only dug up this much, and it's all public knowledge. It's like he's an outsider in this world." Zhu Jiao gulped. Suddenly, the outsider, Li Yi, appeared, startling both Zhu Jiao, who was still wearing her outdoor clothes, and Chi Si. Thinking fast, Zhu Jiao shoved the document into Chi Si's arms. "Never mind. Li Yi, I'm going back inside now." Li looked down at Zhu Jiao and said, "Go to bed early." "Okay." Zhu Jiao replied obediently and left. Watching their intimate exchange through the crack in the door, Chi Si's lips tightened into a grim line. Back home, Chi Si grew increasingly agitated. He couldn't stand it. He was practically steaming with rage. "This is infuriating. Infuriating." He grabbed an apple from a nearby plate and took a savage bite. Fuming, Chi Si said to Hao Qian, "How can Zhu Jiao be so gullible? That Li Yi is clearly suspicious. How can someone live for so long but have such a scant record? It's just not possible." The innocent apple, meanwhile, had been reduced to pulp in Chi Si's clenched fist. Hao Qian calmly analyzed the situation for Chi Si. "Perhaps you haven't considered this. If it were you, who would you trust more? Someone you've known since childhood, like a brother, or someone you've known for less than a semester?" Chi Si, however, was only further incensed by the question. "Isn't it obvious I'm more trustworthy? I'm so kind, while that Li Yi is two-faced." Hao Qian was rendered speechless by Chi Si's response. At the basketball court, Chi Si, secretly tailing Li Yi, diligently recorded his movements in a small notebook. Extracurricular activity, basketball. He's clearly better at basketball than Lu Zhujiao. Why isn't he on the school team? I remember Lu Zhujiao is a key player. Chi Si, the detective, followed Li Yi to the entrance of a tutoring center. His grades are always top-notch. Why is he attending such a basic tutoring class? And he hasn't moved for so long. Is he even listening? Zhu Jiao, coming to find Li Yi, spotted Chi Si and looked puzzled. "Chi Si, what are you doing here?" Chi Si shushed her, raising a finger to his lips. Hearing the commotion, Li Yi glanced towards the window. Chi Si quickly clapped a hand over Zhu Jiao's mouth. "Quiet. Li Yi is dangerous." Zhu Jiao mumbled through his hand, "I think you're more dangerous." To appease her, Chi Si employed Li Yi's tactic. Culinary bribery. "I'll buy you something delicious, and then I'll explain everything." Zhu Jiao seized the opportunity. "I want something expensive." Okay. Chi Si readily agreed. At Burger King, Zhu Jiao devoured her burger. "So, what did you want to say?" Chi Si sighed internally. "Burger King counts as expensive? She's easy to please." Aloud, he said, "I've been following him all day, and he's incredibly strange. He barely talks to anyone except you and your brother. He has no hobbies. He doesn't play on his phone, doesn't snack, just reads the same book over and over." Zhu Jiao stopped eating her burger. "Are you a creep? Get some help." She grabbed her things and bolted. Chi Si continued reciting his surveillance log. "He even rarely eats drinks, or uses the restroom. It's like he's just going through the motions. Don't you think that's weird? Hey, wait. Seeing Zhu Jiao flee, he chased after her. Let me finish Zhu Jiao. But she was gone. Spotting Li Yi, Qi Si doggedly followed him. He watched as Li Yi stepped into a beam of light and vanished. Qi Si's eyes widened. He reached out to touch the light, but his hand met only air. What was that? Who is Li Yi? An alien? No way. Maybe it's some kind of illusion. Suddenly, a hand reached out from the light, grabbing Qi Si by the back of his shirt and pulling him into the luminous world. He landed with a thud. Looking up, he saw Li Yi. Who are you? He demanded. Li Yi countered. You followed me all day. What do you think I am? Qi Si sputtered. How should I know? You could be a monster. Li Yi crouched before him. In that case, why don't you stay here and think about who I am and who you are? Qi Si puffed out his chest. Who am I? I'm rich. I'm handsome. Li Yi cut him off, turning to leave. Suit yourself. Hey, wait. Qi Si cried, abandoned in the strange space. What am I supposed to do now? Backing away, Qi Si's hand brushed against a book. What's this? Curious. He picked it up and began to read. Elsewhere, Lu Zhujiao exclaimed. Yes, 41st place. I made it to the top class. Brother, I did it. Hao Qian glanced at her. What's the big deal? Qi Si, still reading, looked up puzzled. Nothing. Just wondering why someone at the bottom of the class is so happy. Under a large tree, Qi Si finally found Zhujiao. Why are you hiding here? I've been looking all over for you. Zhu Jiao apologized, guilt evident in her voice. I'm sorry. I accidentally got myself dirty, and I didn't want to mess up the tent. He took off his jacket and placed it over a girl's head. I have clothes. If something happens, tell me. We're classmates. We should help each other. The girl whispered her thanks. In a hospital room, a girl cried and apologized. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault you're hurt. Qi Si, his arm in a cast, offered a comforting smile. It's not your fault. I'm the one who asked you to go to Fashion Week. Protecting you is my responsibility. Two figures cleaned the classroom. The girl bowed her head. I'm sorry. Because of me, your hand is injured and you couldn't perform at the school festival. Qi Si paused his work. It's okay. The girl looked up. If you had been on stage, you would have been the brightest star. Qi Si looked at her tenderly. Thank you. Having finished the book about himself and Zhu Jiao, Qi Si thought, the way we interact is completely different from what's written here. Zhu Jiao isn't someone who cries easily either. But even though I've never experienced these things, why do they feel so real? A splitting headache seized him. He pressed a hand to his forehead. My head hurts. A voice called out. Qi Si, is that you? Zhu Jiao, his head throbbing. Qi Si clutched his forehead, vaguely hearing someone call his name. Qi Si, are you all right? He suddenly saw Zhu Jiao. He seemed a bit dazed. Zhu Jiao, what are you doing here? Lu Zhujiao wondered why he was asking such a question. What are you talking about? Did you hit your head or something? Qi Si was completely bewildered. Two menacing boys approached. Get lost if you know what's good for you. We're just here to give Zhu Jiao a hard time. Unable to tolerate it any longer, Qi Si threw his backpack at them. You're the ones who should get lost. I've already called the police. Get out of here. The boy in black ran a few steps, then turned back to snarl. Just you wait. Hao Qian approached from behind and asked, Zhu Jiao, are you all right? Did they hurt you? Lu Zhujiao looked up at him and replied, I'm fine. Go check on Qi Si. Hao Qian said to Lu Zhujiao, I recently moved. I think it's near your place. Let's walk to and from school together from now on. It'll be safer. Qi Si watched their strange exchange and the atmosphere between them, the sense of dissonance growing stronger. No, this isn't right. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Suddenly, the scene shifted. Li came into view. Finished watching? Do you know where this is? Qi Si stood up, looking at Li Yi and ventured a guess. Are you some kind of reborn being? What I just saw was that the original trajectory of my life. Li Yi smiled at him. Is that how you understand it? Not entirely. This is a world created by a manga artist. You're just a character he drew. Your background, your personality, your hobbies, all decided with a stroke of his pen. Your growth, your future, even the person you like is decided by the author. Now do you understand your identity? Hearing such shocking words, Qi Si was completely disbelieving. Impossible. Zhu Jiao is completely different. And although the outcome is more or less the same, the process is completely different, isn't it? Li Yi said smugly. Oh, you're talking about that. Zhu Jiao is different, of course. After all, I practically raised her. Although I changed Zhu Jiao's personality, the plot hasn't changed, has it? The people who are supposed to like her still like her. Like you, for example. Chi Si stubbornly retorted. I don't like her. Li pointed directly at Chi Si. Wait until you can control your own life, until you're not controlled by the author, before you say that again. With that, Li swiped his hand through the air, sending Chi Si back. The air shimmered as Chi Si shouted, I can do it. With a thud, Chi Si landed on his own sofa. Hao Qian emerged from the bathroom and saw him. Why are you only getting back now? Chi Si asked Hao Qian, is Zhu Jiao home? Hao Qian replied, yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. Nothing could stop Chi Si from seeing Zhu Jiao now. Zhu Jiao opened the door, her head tilted in confusion. What are you doing? It's the middle of the night. Chi Si said with a serious expression, I have something very important to confirm. Just say it quickly. Zhu Jiao just wanted to go back inside. Suddenly, Chi Si cupped Zhu Jiao's face in his hands. I just want to confirm one thing. He then pressed his forehead against Zhu Jiao's. The intimate moment was abruptly interrupted by Zhu. He shoved Chi Si away with a slap, holding his head and asking sternly, why do you need to be so close to confirm something with my sister? Zhu Jiao peeked out from behind her brother. Calm down, brother. Maybe he's not feeling well. Zhu stared at Chi Si for a moment, agreeing with his sister. He really does seem unwell. At that moment, Chi Si confirmed one thing. I really do like Zhu Jiao. Zhu pushed Zhu Jiao back inside. Go back in. There's something wrong with this guy. Zhu Jiao then remembered something from 2 hours earlier. Brushing her teeth, she saw in the shimmering light the pink-haired author pick up his pen and begin to act out a confession. Today's the day for the confession. Hee, what's this? Zhu Jiao choked on her toothpaste, watching the scene unfold. The author's thoughts seemed to be running wild. Knock on the heroine's door late at night. Confess fearlessly, then get brutally rejected by the insecure heroine. That way, the villain has an opportunity. Go, my heroine. Torture the male, lead before you die. Having seen the plot in advance, Zhu Jiao thought, so someone's going to knock on my door late at night and confess? If they dare to confess, I dare to accept. I'll do the opposite of what you want. The flashback ended. As soon as they were inside, Zhu quickly locked the door. Zhu Jiao breathed a sigh of relief. Good thing he didn't confess. She looked up and saw Li walking towards them with a knowing smile. Go to bed early. I'll take you out for something good to eat tomorrow morning. Okay, Zhu Jiao nodded, feeling a little apprehensive. It was that same unnerving expression from before. Back home, Chi Si's heart was turbulent, unable to calm down. Did I really fall for Zhu Jiao, just like the script dictated? Am I just a puppet without free will, manipulated by someone else? Everything I was proud of was just given to me by the author. Wait, there's still a chance. Didn't Li change Zhu Jiao's personality? All I have to do is not like Zhu Jiao. Chi Si clenched his fists resolutely. That's what I'll do. The next day at the basketball court, Chi Si watched Zhu Jiao chatting happily with Anna. He hadn't approached her all day. Zhu Jiao's upset. She's annoyed that she hasn't spoken to him all day, and he hasn't tried to talk to her either. Hao Qian, noticing Chi Si staring intently at Zhu Jiao, asks, what are you looking at over there? Chi Si bristles defensively. I wasn't looking over there. Hao Qian stares at him impassively. Dude, look me in the eye and say that again. Just then, someone calls out, Chi Si, want to grab some ice cream after we finish cleaning up? The agitated Chi Si is in no mood for socializing. No, I'm heading home, he replies curtly. The classmate who invited him is bewildered. What's his problem? Did he swallow a firecracker? Hao Qian comments dryly. Puberty does that to you. To distract himself from Zhu Jiao, Chi Si tries to occupy his mind, flitting from math to chemistry, then to poetry. He's such a good little student, his teachers must adore him. Chi Si orders an ice cream, and then hears someone call his name. Chi Si, you're here too. Turning, he sees Zhu Jiao. How did he end up here without even realizing it? Is this the author's control? Even my movements are involuntary. But Zhu Jiao's personality has changed. She's completely different from the crybaby Li showed me before. Wait, they are two different people. The author intended for me to like the crybaby protagonist. But this bright, quirky Zhu Jiao, I like her. Suddenly enlightened, Chi Si's spirits soar. Time to make a move. He pulls up a chair next to Zhu Jiao. What flavor ice cream did you get? Is it good? Want to try something else? My treat. Playing the generous foodie card. Perfect. Zhu Jiao doesn't quite understand Chi Si, but ice cream is ice cream. Can I have a few more scoops? She asks excitedly. No problem. Chi Si replies grandly. Later, Zhu Jiao, suffering the consequences of too much ice cream, thinks Chi Si is definitely the villain. He's trying to sabotage me. He hasn't confessed his feelings, which means I've successfully made him dislike me. Or maybe the person the author said would confess isn't him. This plot is getting more and more confusing. I don't know what to do, but as long as none of them like me, I'm good. This way, I can survive until graduation without even needing to find the villain. I just need to focus on Lee E. If I make it to graduation, we can be together. Meanwhile, Lee E, the object of Zhu Jiao's affections, sneezes. Zhu Jiao asks with concern, "Did you catch a cold?" Li Yi, putting down his pen, replies, "No, I'm fine." A phone rings. Zhuwa glances at the screen. Anna again. Li Yi, looking at Zhuwa, asks, "Are you okay?" Zhuwa frowns slightly. "I'm fine for now." Li draws a red line through Qi Si's name. His finger hovers over Anna's name. Smiling, he crosses it out. "I've already made a lot of changes. Who's next?" Early the next morning, Li Yi opens his door to find Qi Si waiting. "Qi Si, I thought Lu Zhujiao was looking for me." Qi Si greets him. "Morning." Li Yi tells him she won't be here for a while. "You can head to school first." Qi Si isn't giving up that easily. "It's okay, I can wait." Li stares intently ati Chi. "You've accepted the author's setting arrangement that quickly?" Qi Si shakes his head vehemently. "No, I haven't. The Zhu Jiao I like and the one you show me are completely different people. My feelings are genuine. They're not part of some author-controlled plot." Li Yi realizes things are getting complicated. He decides to reveal some of the plot to Qi Si. "Do you know that as a supporting character, continuing to pursue Zhu Jiao will not only ruin your friendship, but it will also lead to a tragic end for her? She'll die. Knowing that, do you still want to pursue her?" Before Qi Si can react, Zhu Jiao's voice rings out. "Li, Umeridi. Let's go." After they leave, Qi Si snaps out of his daze. Is he bluffing me? Why should the plot go the way he says? He's the one who's supposed to be the supporting character who doesn't get the girl. He's the one who's come back to steal her. Qi Si runs after them. Wait, Hao Qian, standing by the door, has overheard everything. He's so overwhelmed by the information his brain freezes. Self-awareness? Author control? Plot? Supporting character liking the protagonist? Ruined friendship? Tragic ending? Reincarnation? What are you guys talking about? At school, Qi Si is cleaning the windows. Hao Qian suddenly asks, "Am I your friend?" Qi Si? Qi Si is perplexed. Why did he ask that out of the blue and then go silent? Hao Qian thinks to himself, when Li Yi said ruined friendship, he must have meant me. But why would pursuing Zhu Jiao ruin our friendship? Hao Qian watches Zhu Jiao laughing with her friends. Is it because of Zhu Jiao? But I don't like her that way. A classmate calls out, "Hao Qian, after you're done with the classroom, go tidy up the library." Hao Qian takes the key. In the library, Qi Si, still working on his plan, tries the food tactic again. Zhu Jiao, want to grab something to eat later? Zhu Jiao, organizing books, declines. Want to catch a movie? No, I'm busy. Zhu Jiao refuses again. Before Qi Si could finish his invitation, Hao Qian clamped a hand on his shoulder. He already said he's busy and can't go. Can you just shut up? Qi Si gave an awkward laugh. Okay, Hao Qian suspected his falling out with Qi Si wasn't because they were rivals for Lu Zhujiao's affections. It was more likely he was annoyed by Qi Si's denseness. Seeing Hao Qian's anger, Qi Si's heart pounded. Just like Li Yi said, he really would get mad. But this was too fast. What should he do? He finally found someone he liked. He couldn't just give up because of Hao Qian. Looking at the dazed Qi Si, Hao Qian thought, how did I not realize he was this clueless before? From behind, Zhu Jiao tapped Qi Si. Hey, Niu Jiangwo. Qi Si turned to face her. Zhu Jiao asked him about Anna. Thinking about Anna's recent strange behavior, Zhu Jiao felt a little anxious. Whenever I mention Qi Si, she plays dumb. Does she not want me to help her anymore? Zhu Jiao just wanted to get Qi Si and Anna together quickly. Qi Si's been so weird lately. Anna, hurry up and snatch him up. Seeing Niu Jiangwo and Zhu Jiao standing so close, Qi Si's brain short-circuited. Why are they standing so close just to talk? Hao Qian stopped him. Just focus on your work. He sighed. He wasn't like this before. Is it because of love? Could I be falling for Zhu Jiao? There were a few moments before when I did think he was good-looking. I even drew him. Like right now, Zhu Jiao by the window. He turned, admiring the fallen leaves in the schoolyard. Autumn is really here. Two happy goofballs sparked off each other. Qi Si, fist-bumping Zhu Jiao, looked beautiful too. Let's take a picture together later. Zhu Jiao had a sudden idea. Let's bury me and take a picture. Watching the two unrestrained goofballs, Hao Qian snapped back to reality. But when he's like this, I don't feel it anymore. I'm too captivated by his beauty. Zhu Jiao nudged Qi Si with his foot. Then get to work. Stop dawdling. I'm almost done. If you come over here again without working, I'll hit you. Hao Qian questioned his own strange thoughts. He even looks good when he's being bossy. He mentally slapped himself. He felt the need to test every possible scenario. He felt the key in his pocket and, overcome with shyness, flung it out the window where Zhu Jiao was standing. Zhu Jiao, cleaning the window, saw something fly past and fall. What was that? Acting brave, Hao Qian said, the library key. Zhu Jiao asked, surprised. You threw it? Hao Qian calmly replied. My hand slipped. Can you come down with me to look for it? Zhu Jiao was baffled, but agreed. Sure. He truly didn't understand Hao Qian's behavior. Let's go, just the two of us. Hao Qian turned and walked away. Zhu Jiao followed him downstairs. Zhu Jiao was about to start searching with him. You look over there. I'll look over here. Hao Qian suddenly asked, didn't you ask me out before? What would you have done if I had said yes? Zhu Jiao played dumb. Let's just find the key. We still need to lock up the library. Hao Qian pressed the issue. You haven't answered my question. Unable to avoid the question any longer, Zhu Jiao said, I already changed the subject. Obviously, I don't want to answer. Hao Qian dropped a bombshell. I agree to go out with you. Do you have anything to say now? Zhu Jiao broke out in a cold sweat. Agree to go out with me? What else is there to say? I have a boyfriend now. Thunder rumbled in Zhu Jiao's mind. What the heck? What kind of plot twist is this? We're not supposed to date in high school. Has the author lost their mind? Hao Qian bent down, picked up the key, and said, understood. Found it. Let's go back. Zhu Jiao was completely bewildered. Zhu Jiao brushed the dirt off his hands. Let's go back then. Wait a second. Hao Qian reached out his hand. We're dating now, so we should hold hands. Of course, you can refuse. Zhu Jiao's mind filled with question marks. What was Hao Qian's game? Qi Si asked Niu Zhangwo. Where are they? We're waiting for them to lock up. Hearing footsteps, Qi Si turned around. Whoa, what's going on? Why are Zhu Jiao and Hao Qian holding hands? Hao Qian held up the key. Let's lock up. Zhu Jiao and I are going back together. Qi Si asked dumbfoundedly. What's going on with you two? Holding Zhu Jiao's hand, Hao Qian calmly replied, exactly what you see. We're dating. Qi Si's world turned gray. What? How? Hao Qian explained. Because he confessed to me. Didn't you hear? But he confessed to me first. Chichiarwid. But I'm the one who said yes, Hao Qian retorted. We're not supposed to date in high school. Don't you know that? Qi Si exclaimed. Watching their heated argument, Zhu Jiao covered his face. Stop it, you two. This is so embarrassing. Hao Qian turned to Zhu Jiao. Let's go get bubble tea later. Okay. Zhu Jiao replied happily. You haven't answered my question yet. A frantic Qi Si wouldn't let it go. Into the chaotic scene came Li Yi's voice. Zhu Jiao, are you done? Your brother's waiting for you downstairs. Zhu Jiao immediately tried to pull her hand back. Hao Qian held on tight, leaning in to whisper in her ear, it's okay. Don't forget what I told you. Zhu Jiao just wanted to scream for help. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, he murmured. Just now, downstairs, Hao Qian had extended his hand. Of course, you can refuse, he'd said. But don't you want to change? Zhu Jiao had asked what he meant by a change. Hao Qian looked down. Lately, I've realized I have two consciousnesses. I don't know which one is truly me. Didn't you confess to everyone before? Did you experience something similar? Qi Si, observing this, wondered if Hao Qian's own awareness was awakening, fighting against the author's narrative. Hao Qian voiced his thoughts. We don't have to actually date. We just need to make them think we are. If our relationship suddenly changes, he continued, we can see how they react. It will be helpful for both of us to understand the situation. Zhu Jiao nodded. Okay. She thought he had a point. Back in the chaotic scene, Li Yi said to Qi Si, all right, I'll tell your brother. Qi Si gritted his teeth. Li Yi, aren't you going to do anything about this? It's underage dating. At least let his brother handle it. Li Yi walked away without looking back.